I thought this was a hair, but it's just, I'm just unraveling the shirt I'm wearing. Yay! Hi, Jules. I am in a video call. We might be in different video calls because it says that I'm waiting for a host. Okay, let me go see. Take a look at what I can. And let's get you in here. As you should, Ben, as you should. You should ghost them. It's true, it's true. Everyone say hi to Jules. If you don't, I'll be upset. Oh, I'll cry. I'll cry on, actually, I would say I'll cry, but people probably want me to cry. To be fair. Where is my little link? So, oh, there we go. I don't know how I went into the wrong one.
Oh, there you
Hello.
are. Hello.
Hi. Let me.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not so bad, thank you.
I'm just
Got the
gonna.
video okay?
I'm gonna get you on the screen in a minute, but we'll just keep talking.
Yeah, no problem.
Happy Trans Awareness Week.
Happy Trans Awareness Week.
Yeah.
I feel painfully aware.
Yeah. I wish we weren't.
A little bit quiet, says chat. Okay. Let me twist the dial on this so you can all have premium game development audio. Is that a little better? Okay, thanks.
I'm trying to move it as well, so hopefully.
Oh, no worries. Well. Am I getting piped through a bus on your end as well?
A bus?
Some kind of audio bus thing. I'm not sure what your AV
I'm just
setup is
doing
there.
OBS. I'm not a techie. I wish I was.
That counts as a bus.
Yeah, everybody loves public transit.
Well, we did just move to Toronto.
Which is like the public transit hub.
It is. Here we go.
I said I was doing stuff and I wasn't doing anything. I was like just staring at the screen like, what do I do now?
Don't worry about it. I'm busy. I'm just going to position my microphone like inside my mouth, and then hopefully that is better.
The perfect place.
Cool.
I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing.
You got this.
Yeah.
There we go. And I'm getting cropped.
Oh, we can see? I tried to make this invisible, but
no,
it's not working.
But I can see it on your camera stream in the video call we're in.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Either way, it's fine.
There we go. Hello. Welcome.
Over. Let me just make a little room.
Oh, I don't need to occupy a ton of space.
Yeah.
you can like scrunch me up real small in the corner of the screen.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's real tiny, just this small. We're aware. We don't need to make you big.
Anyway. This is fine. So you could dynamically adjust my size depending on how entertaining you feel. And
right.
And then I've got some real-time feedback.
That would be a really cool like code to put in or something. Like the more people chat or something, like the smaller or bigger you get.
Oh, you get banished to the phantom zone if chat hates you. That
I would eat that up. Or if your chat's just going way too hard, you're just enormous.
But, I think we're inventing new streaming formats right now.
Yeah. Someone is going to steal that idea and not credit me because I'm a trans person.
That's right.
Yeah. Classic. But I do have a point redemption thing for people to ask questions. If they don't use it, it's fine. But also, like, it's more just to keep track in case we like talk about a topic and then um,
Oh, it's
lose track.
it is all good. I got my eyes on the crop assignment surgery. It's
Okay.
crazy. It,
um,
before I make a terrible mistake as a guest that you very graciously invited into your stream, would you like me to turn off swearing? Because I'm
oh
English and it
no,
comes to me very naturally. Oh,
I
thank
love
fuck.
swearing.
Okay, cool. We're good. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Thank you. Just wanted to check in.
yeah. I'm a very 18 plus, like sexually positive, blah blah blah, cunty
I
fuckery
I
stream. Yeah.
figured. I just didn't. I figured because you can always be trying to like rein it in for a specific stream, you know, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to wreck any plans that you had.
No, fair. Thank you. Thank you for the consideration. Um,
No problem.
Before I hop onto Ambrosia Sky, I do you want to tell everybody who you are and what you do and all those things?
That's right, but only because it's Trans Awareness Week and not
Yes.
because this is an interview. Okay, cool. Hello, folks. My name is Jules Glegg. I use she and her pronouns. I'm a co-founder and the tech director at Soft Rains Games, where we have just released our new game, Ambrosia Sky Act 1, available in your favorite video game storefronts now.
On sale.
On sale, an introductory price.
Yeah. On release. Um, I was kind of curious about your background, like how you got into the gaming industry and like because like I saw that you worked on like things like Valorant and things like that. Was
I
it like
did,
was
yeah.
that your introductory kind of like job or did you do other stuff before that?
So my first job in games was working on
Hmm.
League of Legends, I should say, um, way back in 2013 when we were so innocent. Oh, I got bigger. That
Yeah.
means the answer was good.
I just
Like,
realized like I'm really big. It's just like weird that we're not the same size.
I thought whatever dynamic you're comfortable with in the relative scales is fine. Yeah, no, I started out working on League of Legends as an engineer on a feature team, and then started. I'd already had like a previous career in non-games tech, just making computer go. But games are fun, right? Because you get to program and it's art, and that's delightful. Um, so I helped out the team on League of Legends and learned a ton there. Um, then went to work on a card game called Legends of Runeterra, set in the League of Legends universe, and then to Valorant.
Mhm.
So I thought, you know what these games are missing is guns.
Yeah.
It's about I haven't worked on a guns game in my
Yeah.
career. I need to get a guns game done. Ambrosia Sky is not guns game. It's
No.
the opposite of guns game.
More like a water
Um,
gun.
yeah, I guess there is a projectile thing, and but it's not a not what maybe we would associate with gun. Like I don't
Yeah.
think the sprayer is protected under the Second Amendment.
Right.
Um, but yeah, then I took a little sojourn into visual effects, worked at Netflix for a bit, and had the opportunity to start a studio with my co-founders at Soft Rains, which I jumped on because the idea of putting all of ourselves into something and coming up with a game that creatively is kind of right in the middle of where the group was is very cool. It's also terrifyingly vulnerable. If you're part of a several hundred person game team, you can say, "Well, I've touched that little part of it, and
Yeah.
that's my part of it." But when it's a little feels a little bit more soul bearing when it's a smaller team. But still, it's been a great process, and I hope you like it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember who it was I was speaking to at PAX West, but we just had like a really great talk about like the studio and like I love the art direction and how like it visually is looking. It looks very unique to me as opposed to like a lot of the games that I'm seeing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we'll get an eyeful when we pull it
Yes.
up on the stream, which I'm afraid will force you to rearrange the panels on the screen again.
The life of a
But,
streamer, that's just what it is.
I suppose so. Yes. The game has, I'd say, an unusual stylized art direction. We definitely started out thinking we don't want to make. Not only do we not want to make corridors game, guns game. We also don't want to make like brown gray corridors game.
Right.
Um, if we're going to have corridors, the corridors must be luridly colored and interesting to look at. And I hope we nailed that. I see a question in chat. Yeah, sure. Blue Sky is probably the easiest. You can find me at julesfan.gay, but it's spelled different to how it is in the Twitch chat. It's just JULES fern.gay.
Love gay.
What are the games that influenced me to pursue this career? Any personal favorites? Is it okay if I'm?
Oh yeah.
Should I be answering questions from the chat? Sorry, was concerned I'd breached etiquette.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Games that influenced me to pursue this career. I'm thinking back to what like little unhatched egg 2012 me was playing. I was consumed by Mass Effect 1 around that time. But previously, I mean, this is going to date myself, but we're talking like the cartridge console games, like the hundreds of hours of my childhood that went into playing Toe Jam and Earl and made me think, yes, this medium is truly special as I fall to my death on rocket skates for the 100th time.
I think my partner had a question earlier that might have gotten.
Oh shoot! Did I?
I know. I remembered to like come back to it. I just he asked, "Who was your favorite League of Legends character?"
Oh, I was a Lux main.
Oh, work. I was a Soraka main.
And there she is on my shelf behind me.
As she should. I don't play any of them anymore, but I did enjoy what I did play. I
think that the business term is churned. I haven't played a lot of League recently, but I still like to catch, especially like Worlds every year. That just, if you've worked on the game, it hits a little different to see a ton of people in one place who are really excited about watching the game. That's nothing can prepare you for that as a game developer. There's a whole batch of people who don't play the game, but they want to watch it, like football.
Well, and now with like the TV show too. Like I love watching the TV show.
With Arcane, yeah.
Just setting this up still. Every game is different, so you have to like recapture them every time.
That's right. Perfectly justified. Yeah, that's a video game. I recognize that.
Yeah. Did you work on this? No.
I think so.
I hope so.
I just kind of blacked out for like 2.5 years, and now this video game exists.
Now it all looks good. I think it looks good.
Perfect. I think it does. Hold on. I'm not looking at the stream video. I can be, but I'm looking at the webcam video.
It should be the same. Although I think
it is now the same. Yeah, they seem. I'm just checking. They seem to match.
Okay, good.
But I've got to hide one of them.
Yeah. If you watch mine in our call, it'll be like live reaction as opposed to like the delay. But I saw that you also are I think the co-founder of Trans Game Dev.
That's right. A community that may sound like a small intersection of people, that trans people, we seem to gravitate to creative careers. And a lot of us learned computer just chilling inside before we figured ourselves out. And so there's a lot of us in game dev. So yes, at Trans Game Dev, .gay. Let me just check. I still have that domain registered. I'm pretty certain I renewed it quite recently.
Is it just sort of like a
No,
collective for all of them, or?
it's a Discord community. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay,
a
okay.
supportive community.
So when
Let
I
me just
start coding
pull
and I
up.
get really good at it because my estrogen pills help me do my coding.
That's right. Yeah, when you when you gain uh, Unreal Engine superpowers
Exactly.
from estradiol sublingual, you can head there. Yeah, provides professional support. You don't have to program to be a dev. There's
Yeah.
I I I I like to adopt a very liberal philosophy, not neoliberal, but a lowercase l liberal philosophy around that. Of like, if you are in programming, art, audio design, QA, if you're legal, publishing, if you stock the snack machines, like you're helping make the game. I think everyone in the building gets to say there's a game dev. I don't think gets to say they are a game dev. Sorry, I don't think there's a specific subset of careers that get to claim that title.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, video game dev neo, exactly. Is there somewhere that people can like go to like join that community, or?
There is. I'm actually just pulling our most recent socials because I don't want to send people to X the Everything app.
Yeah.
uh,
For sure.
that's not something I want to do to people. So please hold while I pull up an up-to-date
Yeah.
URL.
I also have a question if you can
Yeah.
multitask. Sam has a question about your League of Legends
Please do.
era. How was your experience amongst the League of Legends community, and what did you enjoy in the space and what you didn't?
With the community, it's a double-edged sword when you work on something people are really excited about. Sometimes it's really excited to like approach you at a theme park because they see you have a Riot hoodie on and they just want to talk about the game.
Yeah.
And in some ways, that's really, really cool. Some people really want to know about unreleased games and you can't tell them, and that could be hard for them to accept. So it's I don't want to leave an interaction like disappointing someone or making them feel like they got shoved off. So I guess it's the tough part about being in that community is you're always a little on in those interactions
Yeah.
because there's no like, oh, we're just chatting here. There's sort of an implied power dynamic. You're a developer and they're a player, and you want to manage their experience some and make sure they have a nice time in the conversation. And you're an entertainment professional. I'm sure you know, like it can be hard to just like be on the turn of a dime. But if you're a barely socialized kind of, have been living in a desk fixing bugs for the last 7 days without seeing the sun, that can be a hard gear to swap into, I would say.
Yeah. Well, and like people definitely want to know like who's the next character or whatever, and it's like you can't ask every person to sign an NDA. Like
That's right. Yeah, or who's getting buffed, who's getting nerfed. I want some forward info on the next season.
Who should I practice for the next month, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, I don't play ranked. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Hated ranked.
I just feed myself into the wood chipper that is mid lane in an unranked game.
Yeah. It's a wild mess. Hi, Manual. If you have a link, it's not going to let you post it in my chat. But I don't know if there's a way.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could send it to me on Blue Sky.
I could put it in the Hangout chat. How about that? Does that work for you?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Trans Game Dev, you can find
It'll
us
ruin
on
your thing
Blue
for like
Sky.
just a second.
That's all good. I posted my social in there too. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. I listed my worst fears. My mother's maiden name.
I mean, the stream is all about you pretty much. So, but
Which, by the way, thank you for having me.
yeah, of course.
Very kind of you to make space for us.
Yeah, I'm actually just really honored to be able to hold space for folks and like especially people like you. Um, I feel like we never, or not ever, but we often don't get to hear like the people on the back end or even see them. So just like being able to like authentically experience something for the first time while the person who made it or is part of the system that made it is in the room is kind of like wild.
It's an interesting experience for everyone, I
Yeah.
assure you. If you ask any game developer what it's like to watch, especially early playtests of their game, they will describe this sort of tortured. Please don't look at that. Please don't click on that. Oh God, that's a bug. No, please don't learn from
Yeah.
what that thing did. It wasn't meant to do this sort of horrible inner monologue while you're watching.
Please don't try to break the game.
And it's part of what makes it a weird profession because at least if you're making movies, especially if you're in on-set production,
Mm,
there's a certain kind of being out and about. We're on location in fabulous Los Angeles filming. It's not an emails job, right? Although a lot of movie making is emails job, but game development is a desk job by
yeah.
and large. Very rare exceptions like motion capture and music recording and so on. So it's a little unusual to have a desk emails job that then results in the creation of art that you can watch someone
Yeah.
enjoy.
I um I recently came up with a drag performance that I do all my drag performances digitally right now. So
Well,
it's kind of the same way that like I go to a private space with almost nobody around and I film and record
mm,
something and then I go back to my desk and edit it and then a bunch of people are going to see it that have never seen it before and
mm.
it feels kind of I don't know if it's the same but I can imagine it's sort of similar in the sense of like oh don't look at this one little mistake over here and maybe don't watch
Yes,
that
yes.
part or um I recently had some IRL friends who like don't even use Twitch because the video is going to be premiered on Twitch. So I was like, I can only show
Mhm.
people who are not Twitch people. And they had asked me to see it, and I was like, right here in my living room on my big TV. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that, but tackling shame so that we can like just sure, here it is. Like I
Oh,
should feel good about this, you know. So I hope that, you feel like even if there's mistakes and stuff, like it's there are much worse games.
but it's a part of life.
Yeah.
Do you also find with a performance like that, not to turn things onto you and interview you, but it made me curious. I hope I can ask a question. Do you find it difficult without the chemistry with the audience, the reaction,
I
some people
guess
shifting their body language as the performance goes on?
I guess because I had started as because I started in COVID. Um
Mm,
I never had an audience. So usually my audience is just sort of like waiting until I put it on the internet and then watching everybody react live is sort of the
yes.
audience aspect for me. And sometimes it's really not responded to and you feel sort of sad that like no one is being like
Mm, yeah.
yes, like whatever like but it's all typing so it's not like you can visually see like somebody could be laughing or smiling or hooting and hollering and on the other side of the computer and you'd never know. Um so I think I guess I just don't need that. But I do know that it's
Yeah.
like a big point of contention for people who did perform live to do
Mm, yeah.
digital because they're like, well, nobody's tipping me, no one's handing me money. Nobody's like
Yes.
smiling
Yeah.
at me and like telling me I'm doing a good job. Um, which is like we're gonna end up in a big conversation about drag. But that is something that I think about now as like a performer. A lot of people have this sort of stigma around people who perform digitally as if like they don't know how to
Yeah.
perform on a stage. But
Mhm.
uh not to be a little shady, but like I try to create full concept storylines because there's no audience. I don't have a tip
Oh.
part of the number where I can just walk around and collect tips and just look pretty. I have to create a storyline through the whole video.
Mhm.
I have to perform the whole time. I can't turn off and like, I don't know, walk out of the club for a joke. you know.
Right. Yeah.
Um, so I think it's a little um, there's some conflict between the the IRL and the digital queens or drag
And
artists.
I think it's cool you pulled that as an example for how it can feel to ship a game.
Yeah.
I think that's a very thoughtful comparison. Very much so.
Thank you. um,
There's,
what were you gonna say?
oh, I was. We may have been just about to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I was seeing a question in chat
Yeah.
about to elaborate a game, you have to set a goal. What was the conception of Ambrosia Sky's goal? So when you start out making a video game, especially with multiple people, you have like a whiteboard or like a digital whiteboard, like a Miro, that's full of completely unhinged sticky notes. They just say things like tooth simulator, and everyone has to remember what that means. And I think the one that sort of rose into becoming Ambrosia Sky was haunted space station. Was where I went. Something about life and death and afterlife in space was sort of the seed of the idea. And we started talking more about, well, is that just, are we just going to end up making Doom, or are we going to make what's interesting about this to us?
Right.
And we figured we actually don't want to make, that's where the pillar of not making gun game came
Right.
from. There's actually a very early build of the game with a small cutscene where you would hit a creature with a gun, but never be able to use it. As sort of, we found it cathartic to have a moment where you throw a gun away.
Yeah, but never
It
use
didn't
it.
really fit in what the game became. But yeah, you start with this vibe, and then you start shaving off some of the edges to give it shape, and you just say, okay, like, what's the first thing we can build here that we could play and see if it would be fun. So for Ambrosia, that's like a gray corridor with a bunch of orange spheres around the walls that would later become the whole fungus system in there.
Yeah, and like the sticky notes thing kind of makes me think of like sometimes in coding you have to like name some of the properties or the functions and things like that, and so you end up with like funny names
Yes.
sometimes that like only the developers understand.
Oh, that's a huge point of contention. So you get some companies, everything has a clever name, and it can become impossible to onboard and understand what all the stuff does. They're completely impossible because it's a reference to a thing the company made 15 years ago that you might not have even seen.
So then the new
And
people are
some
like, what is
places-
that?
Exactly. And in some places it's very dry. Like this is the account service. It serves accounts. I know which is easier to onboard to, but I also know which one can be more fun or produces more interesting conversations. You have to kind of have a blend
Yeah.
there. But yeah, naming things notoriously one of the hardest problems in computer science.
Just like scientists, they come up with good or bad names.
Correct.
Yeah. I don't want to interrupt the interview, but I do want to get the game started. I just didn't know if there was like maybe a
Oh,
cutscene
please.
that we should watch and like not interrupt, if that makes sense.
There's a small intro
Yeah.
that we'll play, but it doesn't have. I think it can be talked over.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's fine. Thoughtful of you to check on that.
Yeah. I just skip it. No, I'm just kidding. So, I was talking. I still forget. I'm so sorry who I was talking to at the convention, but I was discussing how the I'm not sure if it's one of the artists or if it's the artist, but um, their background is comic books,
Mm-hmm.
and how
Uh,
that this kind of like two-dimensional aspect kind of translates to this kind of game.
yes. Okay, cool. So this was at one of the PAXs, is
Yeah,
that right?
yeah.
So on the West Coast, um,
I
could it have
probably
been Vash?
is Vash the artist? I believe.
There are several artists. I'm
Oh,
just not sure which. I'm not sure
I think
who
Vash was
you
the
met.
artist that I had found because I was trying to research in advance. I can
Well,
find the video because think I put it in the
I know Thomas went
description.
to PAX. Yeah. Regardless who it was, shout out to the whole art team on Ambrosia Sky. Y'all killed it.
I think so too. The booth looked cool. Everybody was really nice.
I'm glad they were nice.
Joel.
Joel, okay, cool. Yeah, Joel is our studio head, and my co-founder. He is the captain, my captain.
I was thinking
of the team.
Josh, and I was like, that's not it.
I don't know her.
Hi, Red. How are you? Good to see you. And MSK as well. Welcome in. So here we have a character, Maz Azif, saying good luck to Dahlia, who's the main character, who is a scarab, if that's correct.
That is correct.
Not the bug, but the I'll be running dispatch and comms for you while you're at the cluster. Send me your observation notes. I'll analyze the samples you upload. Same as always, I'm with you, D. The scarabs want you to find and extract anything else here that matters, and given it's the scarabs, it's probably gross, probably an organ of some type. You'll know it when you see it. You know this place better than us. Cute. So because Dahlia grew up on this space station, right?
That's correct. Yeah, we're returning home, and Mars is your man in the chair.
Recording check. Comms are good. Okay. These are the observation notes from Scarab Dahlia Volkova. I've arrived at the cluster. Unknown crisis.
I'm not having the game audio because you very thoughtfully excluded it from the video call so as to not drive me insane. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Hopefully that's okay.
Oh, it's great. I checked the stream. The game audio is coming through fine there.
Oh, good. I just didn't want it to. It might be a little low, but I didn't want it to like override you speaking.
That's still for Lovey. No, I totally trust you with the mix.
Not surprised Hale's still running the place.
Yeah, this room has been through so many iterations. It's the first room you're going to see in the game, right? So it's a chance to kind of flashbang you with color, and so this is not going to look like many other sci-fi games.
We can see. Oh, so Saturn is out there. We're not like in Saturn.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're on the rings of Saturn.
That's very cool.
With the idea that this would be a place where food was grown, and therefore it became sort of a way station on the way from Earth to deeper in space. Sort of the primary other characters in the game is some fungus.
Love fungus. There's something here. It is like blocking me.
Are you hearing? Oh,
Yeah,
a little ghosty.
I don't know if you can see that.
I can't really. Are you just stepping up on something?
Yeah, like right here. It's like
fascinating.
like walking around.
So
it.
remember I said this sensation of like total agony
Yeah.
that you might have as a game developer?
Just rubbing it in. Just making sure it's
No,
for future. So people can
appreciate
bug
that.
check it later.
Little lump in the collision there,
Yeah.
maybe.
It's a spirit. It's meant to be here. It's the spirit of the fungus I killed.
It's there to reward detail-oriented players.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was watching
Please
a
go
video
ahead.
of you talking about the
Mars.
the
The exofungus
fungus
should be
like
growing
spore
here. It's
algorithm
usually
or
well
something
contained.
like that. The mold
It
algorithm.
has to be.
And
Yeah.
that you
So
created it.
saw our talk at the Houdini event in Toronto earlier this year. Was it?
I think
was I
so.
in front of a lectern, sounding very academic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not invent that algorithm.
okay,
We
okay.
have applied it creatively here. It was invented by a university research group. But as you just saw, the fungus kind of blew in out of nowhere. We want to jump scare you with fungus and then let you spend a nice, long, relaxing time cleaning it away.
Right.
Or just tunnel straight through it if you're sort of a straight to business player. But yes, there is an algorithm that kind of mimics the way that slime mold spreads when it's looking for food sources, or that tree branches spread to maximize the way that leaves are exposed to light.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an algorithm that sort of approximates nature, and we use it to spread fungus across all the surfaces of the level. So you get sort of these nice natural formations coming in. And then you can destroy it all.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's not hurtful to us. You're
Yeah.
meant to clean as much of it as you would enjoy doing.
Is there an achievement for cleaning everything as opposed to just some?
There are, you can always go back to a level and just have a cleaning experience there. We included that as a way to re-explore the spaces, find the collectibles, but also just to have like some of the levels have, say, like a timed requirements or kind of more drama to them.
Right.
And the replay mode, what we call revisitation, lets you just kind of go back and keep a place spruce, like clean it up. This is another species of fungus you're encountering, the electric fungus. So you'll see this is glowing because it's carrying power from something, probably that kiosk in the back of the room. And if it's powered, it'll zap you as you approach it.
Yeah.
So this is
I
a
see.
fungus that, it's also drinking power from that light up top, I believe.
Oh, interesting.
And I see you've severed the lower half of the colony, so it went dark. And now the whole thing's gone dark, so it won't hurt you anymore.
Yeah, that's really clever.
The electric fungus is a curious one because we like, if you die in the game, for it to be the result of a problem that you didn't solve.
Oh, I thought you were saying you like when we die.
No, far from it. I like if you die.
Right.
As a designer, as a developer, you want to have, you kind of want to be deliberate about when the player dies, because it's negative feedback you give them, right? It's friction you give them. And so you don't want it to happen a ton unless it is the kind of game where you want it to happen a ton, like a Souls-like,
Right.
where dying a ton is kind of part of the challenge. The emotional challenge. The death is a humiliation that is dealt to you often.
I don't know where the little fruit went, but it's fine.
Did it roll under somewhere?
I think so. It's okay.
Could have been destroyed as well. The fruits are a little
They're delicate.
Yeah, the idea is there's a little bit of a puzzle or skill component to harvesting a fruit.
Oh.
And we give there's like a ton in the world, so you don't have to really, worry about getting every fruit in perfect condition.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Some notes from Nat.
Yeah. We have a good backlog of viable seeds thanks to crossbreeding earth crops with the exofungus. Our team is good, the best actually. Nobody can do what we do, and that's what's annoying me. We can't supply enough seeds to feed the whole galaxy. They'll only grow in the cluster's soil. Any other soil and nothing. No growth, not even a hint of it. I can't isolate what protein structure the Leviathan has that the fungus needs. What is the Leviathan giving the fungus here that normal soil can't? And then so these are like multiple data logs in the same system.
Yeah,
right?
that's correct. Yeah. It's a little emails terminal.
Oh, like literally the next day. I keep finding fungus growing in the vents. I know it's seeking electrical sources to feed, obviously, but why the vents? There's nothing in there, no power sources. Sometimes kids crawl through them, but that's it. It's looking for something, I just don't know what. Interesting.
Yeah, the exofungus. It's part of the story of the cluster. This idea that we found life, and it was nothing like us. It was maybe fungus adjacent.
Right.
And you can eat it.
Oh.
And that is what enabled colonies to start up, because it's difficult to get food from Earth deep into the solar system. But if it's already there, if you can just pick up a lump of asteroid and eat it, you're good. Cool.
Well, and like,
Yeah, you've been tutorialized.
Yeah.
The exploder fruit reacts negatively to people standing close to it.
My first time coming home in 15 years.
Is the
And I don't even know who's alive.
I don't even know if mold and mushrooms are sort of similar in the sense that they have like they can like talk to each other.
Oh, it's sort of mycelial
Yeah.
connections. I am going to be talking out of my ass if I try to make up a very authoritative answer to that.
Yeah.
I know that some molds are fungus and some fungi are like molds, and I think there is an evolutionary overlap there.
Come on, people, you know what to do. We've run evac drills before, so why are you not doing it? Lab 6 in B Ring, meet Isla Bot or Laurie Walsh here. Within the next 6 hours, or they cannot help you.
Maeve. We haven't spoken
Folks
since
been
I left.
evacuated.
She was everything to me. Once upon a time.
Oh, romance, perhaps?
Whomst could say? I could, but I won't.
Yeah.
I always wanted to
We'll
see
sign
that.
that NDA, I
yeah.
promise. I'm just kidding.
We really wanted to have a grapple in the game. The grapple was one of the very first things we made. That was incredibly skilled grapple parkour.
Oh, thank you.
This is a little bit of a skill challenge, this room. So like, we want you to kind of try it and faceplant a couple of times to get the feel for the tether and what it can do for you. Especially in the bigger spaces, you can find a lot of different and interesting uses for it.
Yeah, I saw some spaces back there, actually. Not sure if I'm supposed to, but I feel like I like to explore.
I'm not a cop. I'm not going to stop you.
Even if you were. I don't know what I just picked up.
That,
but-
you actually do have the boot authority. It's a collectible that you found that. Yeah.
See, I'm
It's a
giving a
little
little
thing
tidbit
to-
for all the people at home to get their collectibles.
Yeah. Some secrets of Ambrosia Sky Act 1. So yeah, this puzzle, the door was rendered inoperable by the electric fungus. The electric fungus we treat as like it carries bad electricity.
Right.
Electricity parentheses derogatory, which causes appliances, doors, terminals, and everything to malfunction. Which can be dangerous. You can get shut in places if it grows towards you, right? We went through so many iterations of the electric system for puzzle design and to make it sort of intelligible. Yeah.
So
It
are
just
these...
threatened. That's another fruit, yeah. And it doesn't want to be hit directly or approached. It requires a different approach. But we put plenty of them in there so that you can kind of
Figure it out.
figure out over time, like how to
Approach them.
harvest them.
Oh.
Yeah. So what makes fungus interesting to build? It's a level design element, right? You've got to be able, we want you to see a fruit through a very particular sight line and have a couple angles on collecting it. But also we want the fungus to be sort of dynamic and you know, responsive to where you are when it grows. So ton of trade-offs in for that. I found the different nozzles.
Yeah, I was just
This
thinking
is your
of
sort
that.
of your shotgun mode. This is sort of a shorter range, but a broader coverage.
Yeah. And there's the vertical as well.
That's right.
Chance was just asking if
Oh, yes.
there are other things to clean later in the game, or if it's usually just variants of fungus.
Variants of fungus in the current game. Yeah. And thank you for the fungus fact as well.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. So all molds are fungi, but not all fungi produce mold. That's extremely memorable. I'm going to trust you that it's correct.
Yeah. Just hope for the best. My partner and I are very like National Geographic. So I hope that we are correct.
All I know is nothing ever went wrong by believing what a relative stranger says on the internet.
Nothing. Never.
Society suffered no ill consequences from this.
Nobody died at Stonewall.
I see. Ooh. My people in my community, yeah.
Oops.
It's okay. Some fruits are gonna break. Some are gonna explode. Some are gonna catch fire and kill you. Just another day in the life of a scarab.
Well, I guess I'm not going to learn how it harvested.
I can help you with it
Not
if
today.
you would like.
I thought maybe I just
happy
have to like
do
slowly approach it or something like that. Or maybe with a flashlight.
the creepy crawl it. You think it's attached to the colony.
Ah, I
So
see.
if you try and detach it from the colony. Also, I've suffered a failure of forward planning where my headphones want a battery change, so I'm gonna not be able to hear you for like 20 seconds. I
That's
apologize
okay.
for this.
This is the
I just
time
do the
for me to
reload
say
animation.
everything that I don't want her to know.
Maz, I found a body.
So you timed that perfectly
Cluster lung.
so that
You would
I
hear.
heard this is the time to say, and then silence. Yeah, you'll find a lot of people that didn't make it off the colony.
Sorry, I'm just responding. Someone thought that I couldn't see the
That's
chat. I was just typing back to them. I can see it.
Don't
Um,
sweat.
so this is someone who has become a victim of the fungus.
Yes, they
They
have
got
had this
cluster
illness called
lung.
cluster lung. Doesn't that sound great?
I love
Don't we-
cluster lung.
Don't we all wish to have cluster lung?
Yeah. I think that's why gay people do poppers.
Not a candidate for the Ambrosia project. That's been too long.
Watch out for that cluster lung.
Do you mean pop lung?
Popper lung? Yeah, yeah. It's similar to clown lung.
Oh boy.
Oh, the one who sees the one who knows. It sleeps, but it does not dream. If it dreams, its dreams will end all of time. Okay. Not ominous at all.
A Leviathan organ? When did the cluster start digging them up?
Leviathan organ.
Maz, maybe the Leviathan isn't as dead as we thought.
Oh.
Heading back to my shuttle.
Oh,
So Yes, this is a mission that applies sudden time pressure. Don't worry, you've got it's the tutorial,
Oop.
so you got it's a long timer, but this is a sort of
I can't.
how easily can you get out? Yeah, okay, so let's unpick the situation. The door is scrambled by electrical fungus, and it's got a cable
Oh shoot.
that check that out. You got it. You can turn the gravity on and off. We like to get a little weird with gravity in
Oh, I
this
thought
game.
maybe I could break that window.
That's okay. You fixed the problem with the fungus scrambling the door.
No, not me.
Something that it's a little bit of magic that I, being a programmer, I'm not sure how the art team achieves. That you're making a game, you don't have free reign to just kind of pick the colors that are in a given scene.
Right.
You need it to be original. Like blue is electric fungus, blue is scrambled. We have this sort of gold color that is good electricity, electrical thing that's working.
Oh,
Uh-oh. You got exploded on.
I didn't even know my health was that low.
I think you hit a couple at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's totally fine.
Going too fast. They said no speed running here. Slow down.
There are speedrun strats. So let's see. Oh, we're in that.
All the way
we're
back
just
here.
before that section.
It's okay. I can learn how to do the.
Just
stuff
another
again.
pro tether move.
Kind of a geeky question. Did the team research behaviors of fungi to determine how it would act? Like if you split it from its food resource, will it attempt to try to grow in that direction?
That's we explored some kind of real-time versions of that. The idea that there would be a food object that you could move around and the fungus would chase it. It's a little bit hard to. Sorry, it's a little bit easy for the player to kind of paint themselves into a corner with that approach and like make the rest of the level unplayable accidentally, unless you really, really restrain where they can do it, and then it's not fun. So we instead took the approach of kind of designing that into the level. So like we always grow electrical fungus near the appliances that it would want to feed on, so that the scene kind of tells that story. What we call the common fungus, the sort of like watermelon-y type one, loves to just spread out over spaces, and the exploder likes to fill up spaces and extend its fruit as sort of a proboscis that will pick up if someone's approaching it. So yeah, it's just part of how the level designers use the fungus to tell stories in the different spaces.
I found a body.
You-
Cause of death.
You're preternaturally good at video game grappling hooks.
Not
I'm very impressed.
I
too long.
I do play video games for a living, so
Yeah. You know what? In hindsight, that does actually make a ton of sense
A Leviathan organ?
from having
When
seen
did
some
the
video
cluster start
games
taking
in our
cover?
time.
Maz, maybe the Leviathan isn't as
Yeah, so
difficult.
we'll grow the fungus in for these kind of we call them growth moments or jump scares.
right.
It'll come in fast and just crowd out a space. And so if you've already left a hazard there, that hazard can suddenly be a lot more dangerous because you can get shoved into it by fungus growing towards you, or
Right.
back into it because the electrofungus has grown in and it's going to zap you. We want the fungus to feel not malevolent, but like it will defend you.
That wasn't there last time.
It was that fruit. You and I are going to get through this together.
We will. It's just oh, it's not what I wanted.
Did we go all the way
I think
back to
we
the
went
start?
all the way back to the start. That's okay.
It's okay. We're going to speed run it.
Yeah,
Comms are good.
You don't have to.
Okay.
You can take your time.
it's true.
These are the
For all the people who
observation
hadn't
notes
seen
from
it
Scarab
before.
Dahlia Volkova. I've arrived
This
at the
beautiful
cluster.
first room.
Unknown crisis.
I mean, this is
Unknown
where
death
we
toll.
really get
But surprise,
the vibe of
Hale's
the
still
game.
running the place.
So
She loved this
That's
town
true.
more than me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
there's a lot to look at.
Couple of weird decisions. And I say this as the tech lead responsible for the decisions.
If only
Usually,
Hale understood
so like
she was
lighting
the
in
reason
games
I
is
left.
really hard. It's really expensive. A light that casts shadows is actually like it's a camera essentially that's like anything it can see is lit and anything it can't see would be in shadow. It's just like that moment in The Lion King. Everywhere the light touches is yours, except you are the light. And so you usually do what's called baking shadows, like figuring out where the lights are when you build the game,
Right.
and just baking it into the textures wherever you can. But the fungus here makes that completely impossible. Everything in the game is covered with this looming stuff that's got to cast shadows. So we just don't do that. Every light in the game is dynamic, and we just
Weird.
optimize around that.
The exofungus shouldn't be growing here. It's
You
usually
can
well
sometimes do
contained.
the really expensive,
It has to.
performance-intensive thing in the game, and it's fine. You're allowed to, as long as you make room out everywhere else.
Yeah. Hi, Dustin. Thank you so much for the gifted sub for Temphia. What was your favorite part of development
Oh man.
so far, anyway? Because this is only part one.
That's right. Yeah. Can I say two things? Because I can't be made to
Of
choose.
course.
I'm sorry.
No, the more the merrier.
The first thing is the team. It's an extremely creative, thoughtful, kind, inclusive group, and
Love.
I'd love to work with them.
Send any other
Yes, it'll grow in.
recommendations.
It'll just grow in and shock
I
you.
haven't found any survivors yet.
As it should.
That's what it wants to do. The second is, I think, how the narrative director, Kate, how they approach the world building for the game. It's this very, very collaborative method where, like, everyone that touches the game has an impact on the world building. I as a programmer, fought for electricity to move kind of slowly,
Okay.
which doesn't make sense from any scientific standpoint, right? But Kate was super down for us finding a fiction justification for it. The idea that the electric fungus isn't a wire, right? It's this complicated organism full of biological capacitors
Right.
that sort of feeds electricity to itself slowly. And that's just me as a programmer saying it would be fun if the things light up bit by bit, and then they make a ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung noise as they light up bit by bit. And then Kate helped workshop that into workable.
My first time coming home.
figured it out.
15
Yeah.
years.
You
I
picked
don't
the
even know
fruit.
who's
This is
alive.
excellent.
We're learning.
We're growing.
Well,
We're
thank you,
becoming
Dustin.
aware, as it is Transgender Awareness Week.
Exactly. I do like that as well, that you all had like a say or something in the world that everybody kind of gets to have like a part of.
Yes, yeah. Very much so. Something Joel, our studio head who you met at PAX, has said often is that he wants to see everyone's thumbprints in the clay.
And so quickly.
Yes. Oh, he does say
So
that.
nice. Yeah, he says it a lot, but he means it. It should be, the game should resemble the team that made it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing for a level designer to work with is sort of player agency around having gravity on or off. Like you can kind of choose. Some players like the floaty experience, and some don't. Oh yeah, we gotta. This is waterfall rules in a video game, right? If we put a little room in the corner, it's gotta have a little treat
Yeah, it's
for
gonna
you.
have stuff in there.
It's gotta have a little thing for you.
I love stuff like that because it's just like I want to be immersed in the world.
Yeah.
I really like to be immersed in video games. I think that's probably one of my favorite things is when it's so well built that you can like
Boss, I found a body.
almost
Not to
like
death.
act as if you're
What's
in
going
it,
on? Not a
Yes.
candidate
Yes.
for the Ambrosia project.
and you
Do
become
you
like
like
invested.
I'll live
I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
When did the cluster start digging them
I was just going to ask if you like to somewhat kind of role play being in the world, like as you play, like sometimes turn down an advantage because it feels more authentic.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. I
But only
I feel a
when
little
it's not
goofy
like
doing it.
like I don't do that if the game is too hard.
Yes. Yeah.
But if it's like rather easy, I sometimes just turn it down just because I want the more authentic experience.
I'm with you. Yeah. Very similar. Okay, so we're going to not get our heads blown off by
Yeah.
that exploder fruit.
I'll take my time this time.
We give you very generous time. Like, we want it to be challenging if you try to push the time, so you'd have to really thread the needle between some of the hazards, but you can, especially because this is like a very early level, just take it easy. Just don't, stop and write a letter home.
Yeah.
And the fire. Flammable stuff came pretty late to the game. Has kind of really made things. It really closed a gap that I think we didn't know was in there. Didn't the exploder fungus?
It was right here.
It's going to grow in and force you to stop here. There we go. There's a few of them. Yeah, so 3 of them all in a cluster, which is a nice chance to harvest if you have the time left, but also quite a hazard.
I didn't even see the timer. I was so focused on just running away.
Got it.
Chance says, love to hear your first answer. I work in tech and I feel like the sector has become less inclusive. So glad to hear your company is good in that space.
I hope we, as someone who's in leadership at the company, I don't want to assert that we are. I will say I hope we are, and we work hard at being good at it, but it is the team that gets to say if we are. I feel included, but also I have like a senior title and this power dynamic, right? Like I'm not gonna if there's a bad experience on offer at Soft Reigns, I'm not gonna be the one that gets it.
Right.
So I'm not gonna be the one to say that it's good.
Yeah. I mean, from an outside perspective, I can definitely see just having more than one trans person in a room in different areas of the development, I think is like really important. And like nice to know and nice to see, and that like you get to have a say, or everybody gets to have a say in parts of the story and gets to see themselves represented in that way. But I do agree with you that like you kind of have to put your money where your mouth is. Like I think some studios will say that they're a diverse team, but we don't see that, or we're not being shown that information. And so in that respect, like you have to show us.
Yeah, and then there may be a low bar that someone's setting to be able to say that, or a high bar. There's no like System International standard unit for diversity and inclusion, right? It's very vibes based in the assessment. But I would agree with your assessment, Chance. Like I think tech has taken some overall has taken some pretty hard steps backwards, which is a huge bummer because we're good at this too. Yeah, we deserve to do it as well.
Absolutely.
Some of us are really good at doing it because we learned to do it instead of dealing with our dysphoria when we were young.
Yeah. I can see that for sure. I that's probably where I am today. So we're all just really good at something, at least.
That's right. Oh yeah. So crafting, yeah, you've got the option of making some different some sort of perks
Mm,
to streamline your experience in the levels, um, but also some different kinds of spray
right.
that might serve you in different situations. For example, you may have seen in the game's trailer, there's like an electric foaming spray that you can make from the fruit of the electric fungus. You can use it to create your own electrical circuits in the game and power doors that are not otherwise powered in the
Oh,
levels or what have you.
yeah.
You can
Okay.
also set fire to things with the
Yeah.
fire spray.
Which people love to do. Why power wash when we can power flame?
That's I'm in Twitch. I'm power flaming.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like to flame people.
Neither do I. But if it's your friend, it's
Oh
probably
yeah, I'll
it's
give my friend
yeah.
shit. Yeah, but loving, supportive shit.
Oh, so then we also get this like message log.
Yeah, your Scarab terminal. So you're in Dahlia's shuttlecraft at the moment,
Yeah.
and that's the sort of the Ambrosia project is sort of for the overall narrative progression.
Oh, okay.
As you collect Ambrosia project samples, which we haven't done yet.
Yeah. Do we know any of these characters' pronouns?
I can tell you, Dahlia, Hale, and Maeve are all she, her.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Mars is he, him. Thank you for checking.
Yeah.
It's thoughtful.
Yeah. I mean,
wonder if
I
you can
think
just play that in the game.
I think it could be kind of funny in the sense that like
Yeah.
in modern day, when you write an email, you usually have to put your pronouns now. Like so from so and so pronouns, you know, like because they're all mostly emails and how they correspond with a lot of the characters.
Yes.
Like it could be kind of funny to sign off everything with, or maybe just everybody gets like a funny like signature or something. That
I was just thinking about some of the like very ostentatious forum signatures that have like out there, you know, like you got a strike at a bowling alley kind of gifts.
yeah,
embedded in them.
exactly. Like I think it would be kind of, I mean, obviously if it makes sense, but like it's kind of funny if there's like a very urgent email that's just sort of like we're dying and everything's happening and we have to evacuate, and then it's just the signature because it's automatically applied.
My personal thought for the day is in my signature.
Yeah.
I think that's totally quite funny. I'm gonna bring up the pronoun note.
I think for me, it's not so much like pronouns. Everybody has to have pronouns, but it's more along the lines of, well, first of all, representation is important in that sense, but also like if I talk about Dahlia to my chat and I'm not sure which pronouns to use, I would rather use the correct one that I know is appropriate to her or to them or to, you know, whoever it is that I'm talking about. Because like
I appreciate that, yeah.
Not to be like conceited and assuming that all of the development team is going to watch my videos, but I can imagine someone who makes a character or designs them or whatever it may be, you know, you say the wrong pronoun and it could be kind of upsetting when that character could end up misrepresented.
I think that's a thoughtful question to raise. And this, especially like this particular screen, is a good place to find that out. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, that's cool.
I'm a comedian, I guess, but I know it's not necessarily supposed to be a funny game, but I think it could also be funny that they could even say like, make sure you put your pronouns in your email.
Like a HR training reminder email that gets sent out. Yeah. That's a fun tone in a game that's about coming home to find everyone you know dead or gone.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we all most of the ideas on the cutting room floor are funny ones, like
mm,
kind of goofy ones. We're like, I don't know if we can do that. I feel like where we land with that is really there might be a couple of like sensible chuckles
right.
in a game with this kind of tone, but you as the player, you get to bring a different tone in because you get to exist in contrast to the world of the world of the game has to be through and through the world that it is and the message that it is and the values that it has and the mood that it is setting. And if it gives you mixed messages on that, it can really dilute your
Oh,
experience with it.
completely.
But you in the same way that you get to play World of Warcraft as Kalane the High Mage, you can also play it as Bong Lord 69,
Right.
and that you are bringing that tone into the game with you, and that's just part of your experience with it.
I do also feel that like if you can't, I feel like a lot of times with characters who are maybe dead, like if I
Mhm.
can't laugh with them, how can I cry with them?
Yes. Yeah.
So there are some respects of like comedic value, um, I think, in that way. That kind of
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
like you're laughing, but now you know that this person is dead, and so now you're also crying because this person has hit you in a way that, or like, that sort of thing.
In reaction to that, I'm
Yeah.
so excited for you to play our next level and tell us how we did on that
Oh,
because
okay.
we're gonna dive into that. When I think about the comedy, so we have these bodies that are around the cluster that have died from cluster lung, or they're not suitable Ambrosia project candidates. Um, the internal name for those is we call them Pompeians, right?
Hmm.
They're the people that kind of died where they were. Um, and we definitely, would we have one that like Looney Tune style, a piano has fallen on them from a great
Right.
height? I don't know, that feels, no, that's a red line. We want to, that we are heartfelt about the dead. They might have funny things to say about themselves. They might be funny in emails, but we should not create the situation that makes fun of them. The characters should do that amongst themselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah. For $1 a day, you
Just
can
go right
support the
dance,
fight
yeah.
against cluster lung. um, I think my last kind of question around this conversation is there is I feel like only really trans people talk about this around death, is that like we worry that people will not memorialize us as
Yes.
as who we are, but as we were. And
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that's sort of a sad conversation that is a reality for a lot of us that could still
Yeah.
be a different method of having that conversation, of making sure that like these dead people are memorialized in the way that they were supposed to be.
Yes. Yeah. Uh, it's a bummer topic, but it's a serious one.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of trans and gender diverse people had their hands on this game to its great benefit. So I hope that respect comes across in the way that the people are memorialized.
Yeah, me too. um I guess I should read these before I go to the next level.
If you wish,
Yeah.
they're there as sort of a little optional extra view into our cast of characters and their relationships to each other.
Yeah. So this is Dahlia messaging Maeve, who I think you said, or I think she even said that she was in
Yeah.
love with this person. Hey Maeve, it's me.
Dahlia did, yes, yeah.
It's not spoilers, she said it. It's me, Dahlia. Obviously, you can see my email signature. Well, okay, I am being called home, or I should say, I am home. Surprise? Hale requested the Scarab services, and well, I'm the Scarab you are all getting. I have a brief report, but the details are fuzzy. How bad is the crisis? Are you okay? Please just tell me you're okay. You are always the best part of this place. Aww, that's sweet. I did also notice that there is a voice actor for Dahlia. I don't know if there's more than one voice actor,
Yes.
but who is the voice actor?
Bailey Wolf is our voice actor. Let me just find her profile. So if you wish,
Yeah.
you can
Love to
shout
support
her
the voice actor.
out. Her work is phenomenal. It's so cool when you play your own game with like just text or with placeholder like robo voice.
Mm.
You do your robo voice so you can pace out the level before you go and record, right? You want to know roughly how long things take to say. And then when you hear the main character's voice, I had no idea she would sound like that, but that is undebatably her. That is not someone else doing Dahlia. Like that is Dahlia. It's such a cool moment.
Is I guess this is maybe a difficult conversation, but in the respect of Dahlia's race, is Bailey like a similar? Because I've heard the conversation of like white people shouldn't do voice acting for black characters, for example.
Yes, correct. There is overlap there.
Okay.
I don't think they have the same precise national origin, but there's like a significant cultural overlap there.
Yeah.
Although Bailey is not, I believe, Russian.
No.
And Dahlia is somewhat Russian as well.
Oh, okay. Like in the game goes like that far in depth of like telling us this information.
It's in Volkova.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
It's not a spicy conversation at all.
Yeah.
I am. If we've done anything bad, I'm happy to be held account to it. I would like to try and fix something if we've done something bad. So yeah.
I appreciate that. I've had some of these conversations before with some devs, and they don't look happy when I ask them these kind of questions, but I think they're very important. Like I had a conversation early on with what is Ocean Drive. They're a Korean studio. And they didn't have, or I think I was just asking because Fire Emblem, for example, is kind of like the genre that they were in at the time, and Fire Emblem has piss poor representation of anyone except white people. So it was just sort of like, when are we going to get people of color in these games, at least for this genre? And so I asked them, do we have any people of color in this game? And they had like maybe one or two in their first game, which thankfully, I don't know if they took my note or just the community's notes in general, but now they have like a predominant cast of different kinds of people of color, which I think is really great. I don't know if they actually like hired someone to do that research or that giving that information, but it's something. So I think it's worth having the conversation.
You have to take a run up at it because there are so many factors in the way of those performers being connected with you and your project, right? Who gets agent representation, who feels welcome to try being in that field in the first place, like who can offer like contract terms. There are a lot of filters that are going to be more favorable towards someone in a more privileged demographic. And so there's sort of a lot of times you see this in like STEM fields as well. If you say, hey, have you considered hiring a woman to your programming team?
Right.
Any woman. They can be white if you write just any woman.
Yeah, that's the bare minimum at this point.
They'll either say, well, I can't find one, parentheses, and that really bothers me, and here are all the extra things that I'm doing to fix that, or I can't find one, parentheses, and I don't really care to try.
Right.
One will simply show up at some point. So I think there is a version of I'm having trouble getting connected to the team members and the performers that I need, that does speak to authentic kind of barriers,
Mm.
but it's not an excuse for not doing everything you can to push around those barriers, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, I have organized a few different digital events, and sometimes
Oh,
we struggle to find a diverse cast that so that we can have
yes. Yeah.
representation for those voices. And it is a difficult conversation of tokenism versus like, well,
Yes.
sometimes tokenism is necessary to so that that person can still have a platform, or that person's um,
Yeah.
version can be at least discussed at all. But it does become difficult sometimes, and I will spend hours and days looking for different people. And sometimes,
Well,
in some circumstances, at least for me, like I would rather pay someone just to show up than to have nobody,
yeah.
because I think it's more important that they are present at all.
You you need a bunch of different perspectives in the room
Yeah.
to make the ideas better. So I can't truck with this kind of um, you should debate me in the marketplace of ideas viewpoint that also says like, and I'm assuming the marketplace of ideas is primarily from one demographic. Like, no, that different viewpoints will challenge the ideas in different ways, and the ones that are stronger will survive surely a greater variety of challenge. This feels like we're just limiting the challenge that the ideas are going to receive ultimately.
Yeah.
I've worked in tech before, if you can't tell. I may have emotional baggage around it that I'm revealing
Yeah.
unintentionally.
uh,
Moving on.
Proticini also says incredible sound design, which I'm hoping is
I'm
about the
so
game
glad.
and not about my stream.
Oh yeah, I hope I'm not making wet smacking lip sounds
No,
or
not at
something
all.
like that. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for confirming.
I think it sounds
Yeah,
good as
Michelle
well.
Wu, our audio director, did incredible work with sound design, and Greg, the composer, as well.
Just off of like just the I don't even think I've heard very much, but is the audio soundtrack being released something that we might see, as well as like maybe like uh I think there's like a what is it called? I am 8-bit or something that makes like video game vinyls and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you can on Steam. The game is available with a bundle for a small amount of extra change, with a high quality version of the game's soundtrack prepared just for your listening pleasure.
Yeah.
In regards to the physical one, I don't think we're talking about that just yet, but I would say stay closely tuned.
Yeah. Tuned. I'm gonna finish reading these. I'm so I just
There's no need to apologize.
get so
We're having
involved in the
fun. We're
conversation. This is, I'm assuming, the reply from Maeve. Yes, if I'm reading the date correctly.
Yeah. Earlier.
No. This is from before.
Yeah, quite a long time before.
Yeah.
So just
oh, that's why they're saying it's a archived message. So this is Maeve, who we discussed earlier, saying, I'm done. Hale knows we've been talking and she's furious, but this isn't about Hale. The truth is, Dahlia, I can't keep this up. You left and I can't keep holding on to you. If you wanted me to, if you gave me any indication that you would come back for me, then I would, but we know the truth. When you left everything, including me. Goodbye, Dahlia.
harsh but fair.
Harsh but fair. And I'm assuming Hale is maybe Maeve's partner?
I'm gonna say no. More the matriarchal figure of the cluster.
Oh, I see.
And Dahlia's mother figure.
Yeah. Saved his draft, so not sent. On the same day, which is probably for the best. Wanted to be mad at you. As soon as I left, you jumped into my place. You became the protege Hale always wanted. I wanted to be mad that after the way she treated me, how controlling she was, you still willingly took my place as her apprentice. But I can't be mad because I left, and I needed to. I had to get away from Hale, but I never told you that I wasn't trying to escape you. Oh. Oh, and then here's Hale. Oh, this is the service request. The text is huge compared to the other email.
We scale it dynamically
Yeah.
to fit in.
I actually prefer large text myself because I typically wear glasses, and I have astigmatism as well. So my text on everything is like usually quite large.
I would like to tweak some accessibility settings to get some text scaling stuff
Yeah,
in there.
I would love that.
Something on the backlog for the game.
It's time to come home. Dahlia, the cluster is dying. You would never come home for my birthday. Will you at least come home to bury me? Ouch. Ouch. But it feels like from this other email that Hale was maybe sort of abusive with Dahlia.
It's not kind with expectations.
Yeah.
Is probably how I'd put it. And also, the unsent draft from 15 years ago is really important to me personally because I consider it ADHD representation that matters for me.
Just because it's unsent, or
Yeah, like who among us has not forgotten to send a message or just not looked at a text thread for a extravagantly long period of time?
I guess I looked at it differently, like that maybe she wrote it out and then thought like that she didn't want to send it and like upset.
You're totally correct.
Yeah.
No, you are totally correct. And this is why devs should not introduce comedy into the because we will dilute the tone of what's actually happening.
I mean, ADHD makes sense too.
I was doing a bit about ADHD symptoms, and you are completely correct.
Okay.
About, why that is in the drafts. Sorry for sending you down the wrong path.
No, I mean ADHD also makes sense. I totally. I don't have ADHD. I have OCD. So my maybe that's me inserting my OCD onto that I send every email. But so these are both from Hale, but one has a different picture. Oh, it's so this is more like an automated work order.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. There has been a fungal outbreak in the cluster resulting in mass death from cluster lung and other unidentified threats. Find consenting individuals who are within the 48-hour window and collect their DNA for the Ambrosia project. So I guess maybe they can be healed before 48 hours, or is it just that there's samples to collect at that hour window?
It's the latter, yeah.
Okay.
The Ambrosia project is, some would call it a boondoggle. Right? It's a mixture of science and mysticism. They believe by harvesting enough of the DNA of people who've died under these different conditions, they will find the cure for death. They are working toward immortality.
Oh, interesting.
Thematically ties in with the space fungus that grows in this ultra harsh environment in the belt of Saturn. They're very interested in that because fungus in many ways doesn't die.
Yeah.
And death is not a meaningful concept to that kind of life form. But it's something that offered Dahlia an opportunity to kind of get off the cluster, and it's one of those I'll take any gig, man. Like just get me out of
this
kind of situations.
Yeah. Projections on the cluster stability deems it unlikely to be fit for human habitation as a result of the crisis. Locate any viable seeds or other crops that can be used to terraform and cultivate other agricultural colonies. So are they kind of are they making these space stations just to like let people die?
No, these stations were built to promulgate, harvest, and commercialize the edible
fungus
material that was found there. Yeah, this is it's a boom town. This is industry, but it's also not particularly well trafficked now because humanity sort of doesn't have need of it. The cluster is now commercially, it's the equivalent of that like sort of really sad roadside dinosaur museum that gets
Right.
3 visitors a year, kind of level traffic.
Right.
And so they're mostly just building their own lives out here. But there's been several generations since the original kind of rush. So I really apologize. I have to yell something across the room.
That's
so I'm
fine.
just going to mute my mic for a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I got a very accusatory text about you wouldn't let us in, so we've left a delivery outside your house. I'm like, cool. Thank you.
Wow. I get those all the time.
This one was unusually
Pointed.
It seemed unusually sort of like neglected in the way its tone. So we've got here from Mars.
I wish you would have let me come with you is the subject. You're going to be fine. I mean, I don't know the state of the situation you're going into, but a job's a job, right? Don't let old skeletons scare you anymore, okay? So pull out your best pickup lines on that old flame of yours when you find her alive. And you will find her alive. And then we'll meet up in subspace and you can tell me all about it, even the gross parts that somehow don't make you want to vomit. So is Maz a different scarab that like maybe doesn't live in this cluster?
Yeah, Mars is sort of the dispatch agent, the friendly voice on the radio for Dahlia. So here you are in the cluster. Based on the conversation we were having, I'd love to make a recommendation if you don't mind.
Sure.
For a level. If we pick the one that's opened, that is the Parker and Walsh farm.
How do I even...
You should be able to key over to them. Thank you.
Nothing is working.
Not getting key. Can we mouse select?
Maybe I'll just mouse select.
That's weird. I'll look into that also.
Yeah. It's just a controller thing. It might be just I'm not pressing I pressed everything, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, that should have worked.
So the Parker and Walsh farm, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Found a candidate for the Ambrosia project, Gerald Parker. Locate his body to obtain his DNA sample. He's at a farming homestead. No other viable candidates are present. I also like this little logo. I think she's missing some legs though. As a bug nerd.
Not quite enough limbs on there, yeah.
But the scarabs are humans, not insects, so maybe it makes sense.
That's a good point. I should ask our art director if that was intentional.
Yeah. D, you're looking for a farmer by the name of Gerald Parker. He's a late consent to the Ambrosia project submitted during the crisis. Scans indicate he's recently deceased, hopefully still within the 48-hour viability window. I know being back here is hard for you, D, but think of it this way. Aren't you glad it's you that gets to be here performing last rites? It's a chance to say goodbye. An unusual sort of torture, but yes.
Yeah, very much so.
I remember Gerald Parker. He was crotchety. To everyone but me, it seemed. I think he hated my stepmother.
Another one of our older and more iterated on levels. I think this is sort of the first, this level was the first end-to-end Ambrosia Sky experience that was not codename Exofungus game level. It was, oh, that's Ambrosia Sky now that we played this level.
I will say, I mean, I don't know if we're taking notes, but I will say
No, go ahead.
the subtitles are very small when Dahlia's talking.
That is good to know. Yeah, subtitle scale would be a good thing to put in the options menu. I'm taking some notes. I actually really appreciate giving us some feedback.
Yeah,
Um,
it's funny because when I first moved to where I live, I got tested to do video game testing, and
yes.
I was being asked to do the job in 2 languages, but still being paid very little. So I said no. But I passed all my
Fair enough.
tests.
I appreciate it. I think we're like lagging somewhat behind in accessibility options right now, and so like there's so many things that are relatively low-hanging fruit that would just help more people enjoy the game.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
I'm quite eager to get those in. It's subtitle scale, like message terminal scale. Just writing these down on my little whiteboard.
I think the grapple too helps a lot with like accessibility in some sense. Like if people want to move only with the grapple, they probably could.
Yeah, I have thoughts about, oh, can that work as a VR movement mechanic? That would be cool.
Yeah. I think that would be great because then you could just sit down and like just slingshot around.
Yeah, and
Electric
actually
fungus
getting
shouldn't be here. This was an
is
Earthbound.
slingshot. I don't think that's a slingshot. It through the space would probably be pretty bad for motion sickness.
Oh yeah.
A lot of games use that kind of, it feels slightly clunky, but the teleport user experience, which is just straight up so that a bunch of people don't vomit, even though it doesn't feel quite as immersive.
Right. Finding another secret there.
Yeah. Oh, that guy. Yeah, so you noticed that the hologram stopped
Yeah.
jittering and kind of went to a stable form when the electric fungus stopped drinking from it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good. It used to grow in quite a lot slower, and our level designer asked the technical team, can I please have it 6 times faster? And we were like, I don't know if we can, because it's actually quite intensive, but we did figure out a way. And so I think now, at its fastest, I would now call it sort of comedically fast, how quickly we can fill a space with fungus.
I think it's like pretty fast. I think it's just sort of, I think it's good because like you're sort of like, oh, like it's suddenly here.
Yes.
And like there should be sort of like a shock almost.
Very much so, yeah. And there are times where the designer wants to back it off and have more of a sort of creeping wall of growth, and they can change some sliders and have that too.
I mean, we could do both. ¿Por qué no los dos?
That's great.
This person, of course, cluster lung. Time of death 48 hours, yes. But the sample is non-viable. Oh, more than 48
Right.
hours. I see.
Yes.
Scarab consent not applicable.
Did you try to evacuate with the others?
When he's like reaching, or this person is reaching over the.
Yeah, I was trying to climb through.
Do they typically have this like? I mean, I guess Dahlia also has a helmet.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a clever thing too.
Which the crumbling?
No, the
Maz,
going behind
the
the door
alarm
to
didn't interfere
reactivate
with the
it.
recording too
Oh
much.
yes, yes. One of the, I think that might be the first puzzle that got put in the game. The first ever,
Yeah.
the first ever one.
It's a good puzzle. A little window. Hale, your note about your upcoming routine visit. We'd be happy to host you, but only if you'll work the pasture like the rest of us. You want access to our crops, then you gotta work the fields just like everybody else. Sincerely, Gerald, an actual farmer Parker.
Classic Gerald.
Classic. Gerald, this is your 4th warning. Uh-oh. Gerald, I've told you before, please stop stealing my admin access to post notes everywhere. We're all annoyed by Hale, but I can't keep resetting my passwords. Don't make them so easy. I'm really sick of listening to creatures scrabbling around here. It's not rats. I keep a clean place. Inhale conveniently told us all the exolife were dead, so then what is it, Miss Smarty Pants Maeve? Oh, grumpy old man. Hi, Killer Gamer. Welcome in.
Hello and welcome.
I do appreciate that you can reclose the doors, too.
If you like to keep it neat, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think like it's just a lot of times you open up a space and then sometimes you just want to close a door just because maybe this is a horror game to you and you don't want anyone following you.
I think that's a good point.
Whatever it is. Maybe it's a little like, why do I have the option to close it? Do I need to? It's all the what if.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good. I talk probably too much, so. Oop.
No, not at all. We got one. This one was meant to be a nice big chain reaction.
I tried to do it safely, and I didn't.
It's really difficult. This is a colony that's got sort of a pretty high difficulty to get all the fruit off it, but also it's quite a big cleaning task, and so we don't have to feel too bad if the fruit explode because they help us with it. I will give you a hint. You might be able to catch fruit using your tether.
Oh, that's right. That's quite smart. Oh, I have no fluid.
I'm here to help.
Oh, powerful is like it goes away forever, or?
Yeah, you craft canisters at the shuttle.
Oh, I see.
You've figured out the how to craft it, and then you can refill it by pouring some more fruits into the blender on the shuttle.
Kind of like Pikmin.
Yeah. Weapon durability is very discoursey in game design, right? We found if you have it forever, it's just a straight upgrade that replaces the other spray, and that kind of feels weird because there's times where you actually do want to clean a little bit more slowly.
Right.
You don't necessarily want to blast all the fungus away quickly. You might prefer the sort of meditative experience. And so having a limited ammo canister kind of felt like the right kind of scarcity to bring in.
There's another ghost here.
They're a little ghosty.
Another one.
Oh yeah. I'm so curious what that is.
I wonder if it's maybe like a spawn point that just...
Yeah, I'll open up the level with the collision view on, and it'll be nearly all video games are really stupid.
I believe that.
Very seldom is there
Scanned another
there's actually like a really difficult math problem to solve. It's like, oh, I forgot to check a checkbox on the thing.
Yeah.
It had a checkbox is broken, should crash game, and I accidentally checked it.
I've never seen this advanced of a case of cluster before.
Yeah, he's a pretty gross one.
Yeah.
I hope you're at peace now.
And even like the bones. Because the other ones are all like in like a suit.
Yeah, there's a few, there's a variety of, it feels like a gross term to use when we're talking about people, especially dead people, but the level design term is kit pieces to like assemble a Pompeian from and assemble a scene.
What the heck is that?
The little guy.
Just a little guy.
It's probably fine.
Yeah, he's just a little friend. Oh. He's not my friend anymore.
So we figured you'd probably want to have some kind of dynamic opponent in the game that is not just fungus. And those little inherit in this level.
Killer says, from my experience, if you fix any bug in a game, you create 3 more.
That is correct. Yeah. Yeah, there's the ancient QA saying. Someone from Epic Games was nice enough to do a pretty detailed write-up about the game on the Epic Store. And I was quite amazed by the amount of sort of creative violence they put into finding different ways to kill
Little bugs.
kill the little spitters. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. That's dedication.
In fact, they found a way to kill them that I did not know existed as the tech lead on the video game, and I had to go check with our designer. Is that true? And is it intentional? And do you want it fixed? Yep. I suppose I could tell you what it is. They encased it in electrical foam and then connected the electrical foam to a power source.
Oh, interesting.
It electrocuted the creature. It's like, damn, that's cold. Yeah. So once it's separated, it's disarmed as an
Oh,
explosive.
okay.
The exploder free. Yeah.
I just didn't want to like shoot it and then.
But yeah, hurting it does reduce the yield you get from it. That is true. Nice.
But I think
Big
that's
electrical column.
something that I would honestly probably enjoy the most about making a game. I think is like finding like, or other people finding out a way to like do things with the game that I created.
Yes. To me, that's like success. Okay, immersive sim success. If they found a way to combine all of the elements and produce the moment they wanted, that's cool.
Dearest Hale, I knew you'd try to spy on our supply list. I've said it before, you don't need to know our supply levels. These supplies are for us.
Gerald never let Hale off the hook. Good.
It sounds like she really is a bit controlling.
Yeah. Poke's a beacon a bit too much.
But she's also like the manager or whatever, right? So I mean, isn't that her job?
Yeah.
To know everything.
Sort of, somewhat. I would say she is in charge of large parts of the cluster, but there are parts of the cluster that are independent or are just domiciles, and she maybe is considers herself to have oversight of those too, and she might not formally. It could be debated. That was pretty sick. Sick stunts.
It's honestly a great movement system. It's more fun than Tony Hawk, so
Wow. High praise indeed.
like the physics seems pretty good to me.
Tethers are really hard. Our design team did a really nice job tuning this one, I think, because it's quite simple. It's not doing a lot of like smart stuff for you. We experimented with a ton of smart stuff, like, oh, can it look for the corners of things,
Right.
and like try and bias towards attaching to certain things, and that stuff just made it less fun. It made it feel like more gestural, like, oh, you're requesting the tether to do something cool rather than you doing something cool.
Right.
If only there was some way to access back there.
I just thought it has these little slots. Why can't I shoot through the little slots? But
I love these vents. Hid out here
Can I
all the
crouch?
time with my
You can, yeah. It's a
secret
tap
passageways.
on the right
Wrong
face
place.
button. Would you have a remount? Like B?
oh,
There you go. Yeah.
my bad.
Found a little shortcut. Well, guys,
Gerald was the detective
I
of this place. A of his
I get very
growth
annoyed by
of
the,
me.
the spitters, and I consider that a design success.
Yeah, because you were annoyed by
They-
them.
yes, yeah, that's kind of their purpose.
Yeah.
There is a game should not produce only positive feelings. That can be fatiguing. You need some sources of friction and some ways to build like an oppositional relationship to the
Right.
game. Right, like a really good example is like the treasure goblins in like Diablo
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
other dungeon crawling games. But like you will be saying, you know, like, come here, you fucker, like stop run, you don't run around that corner, like fucking come back. It's frictionful to fight them, but the payoff when you do it is pretty dramatic.
Oops. I'm not even that close.
Just close enough.
Just close
Because
enough.
your feet crossing into it. This room you're looking into, what we call the pasture room, is
Damn it.
has always been sort of those. I mean, yeah, it's always been the single hardest room in the game to optimize because it's got a ton of fungus in it. I think it has like 8 to 10,000 pieces of fungus in it, depending on the version.
Oh my gosh.
A ton of dynamic lighting.
Yeah.
Just if we wanted to know how the game was doing for performance, we'd just open it in this room and then just look at the FPS readout. Just handy getting the game to work on a Steam Deck. Ambrosia Sky Act 1, Steam Deck verified now, so you can enjoy it on the Game Boy if you wish. Yeah, we could just come to this room on the Steam Deck and see.
Oh, that was almost cool.
It was physically interesting.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we even got some FOV gore there. Going straight up. Neat. Sniped.
I got
Get sniped, idiot. Yeah, we also have these kind of spore clouds on the ground that are hazardous to create. If you just have like a bottomless pit that kills you, that's kind of not fun.
Yeah, no.
And so just having a little bit of a floor is lava situation is good. But there are ways to clear those clouds for curious explorers.
I love that there's just like different creative solutions to things. It just makes it interesting for the player to like figure it out.
Yeah, you can say, oh, like different players might have gone through level in different ways and have no awareness of the way another player solved it. Which I think is success. It's definitely some of the DNA from Joel and Daryl, both like former Bethesda devs, and like that's very familiar from dungeons in Elder Scrolls and Fallout games, and I think a little bit of that approach to routing and puzzle solving is creatively in the mix there. Okay, this room had my favorite dev note in it. So when you're gray boxing a level, that is you're building it out of just like rectangles that have like a grid on them that tells you how tall they are. You might leave in just like hovering text to sort of state the intent of what a room is for, because there's no actual like art assets in there. And this is the room where I will name and shame, because I'm proud of him for doing it. It was Joel who left the hovering text in this little corner, which just said "small, awful toilet."
It's not that awful. It has like a accessibility handle.
It's a little grody, though.
It is a little, a little. And there's no sink.
No sliding door.
No.
Out of TP.
Yeah. No TP. Not even a handle.
No TP. I think I'm gonna say in space we're probably
bidetting at least.
We're probably washlet.
Yeah. Maybe that's what this handle is for. I'm not quite sure.
I'm gonna say yeah.
I almost wish that you could flush the toilet. I feel like most games you can flush the toilet.
That literally came up a couple days ago.
I can imagine.
Environment artist's greatest regret is a non-flushing toilet in the game.
Yeah. It's okay. It's just like flavor text at this point.
And you got to be able to pet the dog.
Exactly.
You got to be able to flush the
Yeah.
toilet. So we
This-
apologize for the bug where the toilet is unflushable.
Gerald has a rug like this, so we know.
He's that kind of guy.
He's that kind of guy.
You think a guy with this kind of rug doesn't have a washlet?
Exactly.
Sorry, Gerald. I'll be out of here soon.
Killer7 Gamer asks, I'm new to making games and trying to get a foot into the industry. So 2 questions. What makes a portfolio stand out to studios or collaborators? And if you could suggest one type of small project that teaches a lot, what would it be? So I guess you can answer that however you want.
Yeah, I want to think for about 30 seconds
Yeah.
Gerald.
to answer that. Because I think there's a lot of it depends. Oh, and we'll get our time with Gerald in while I'm thinking about that.
Gerald.
Poor guy.
I'm gonna get right up in his face.
Gerald Parker, The Cluster, year 2240. I'm only recording this because Lori says so. But I don't care what happens to my body. Heck, I'll be dead. Make moonshine or save humanity. It's yours now.
Oh, I kind of like
So
this
the-
like comic strip because it kind of goes back to the roots of. I'm not sure if it's like one of the artists or all the artists did comic books or what the jam is, but
A number of them did, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's we experienced with a ton of different ways. Even there was sort of like a puzzle box version that was more like you would move the person's hands to the position and they would want something different, like a coin over their eyes, or something that was sort of cultural and intimate to them. And they felt very reducing the act of putting someone to rest to a puzzle, like felt tonally really off.
right.
And actually just having this sort of quiet moment where you are almost disembodied. It's super unusual for a game to disembody you
Right.
in what is one of its most tactile moments, right? But actually no, just going through it and listening to what they had to say about themselves,
Yeah.
where we landed. Least predictable outcome from a prototype ever. Now Gerald's part of the Ambrosia project.
Yeah.
And that little memorial kind of stays there
Oh, I love
for
that.
him.
Is there does Dahlia have like time in the game where she sort of like reflects on like her memories with them? At
Yeah,
least-
you'll get as you'll see, like as you kind of leave, she'll often reflect. She doesn't know everyone in
Yeah.
the cluster. She's been away for such a long time, but Gerald, she did know quite closely. So I'm going to answer
Yes.
Killer 7's question. Thank you for your patience. I'm sorry to say it depends, because I know that doesn't help, so I'm going to try and make it specific. But portfolio is really useful to show that you're able to finish things, right? So it doesn't have to be a commercial project. It can be helpful if it is, because then, it's been subjected to kind of real pressures and the weird things that happen to commercial projects. But finishing something small for a portfolio end to end is, to me, way more interesting and exciting than starting 10 really complicated things and having 10 little like gray box demos or something. Like getting something finished. If you're not an artist, it doesn't have to be arted, right? Like just within your field of craft is fine. But something where you've had to solve the problems of like, oh, okay, what actually happens when I go to put 100 of these in a level?
Right.
And you've had to kind of iterate on it a bit, because then I know you're going to have more interesting answers to questions about it. Oh, what were the problems you encountered doing that? How did it actually work when you tried to use it? And if the answer is, oh, I didn't try to use it, then it's less useful as a conversation piece. If it's something you've done to teach yourself, include in the portfolio what you were trying to learn and what you actually learned. And if they're different, that's interesting too. Hey, I started out building this match 3 game because I just wanted to figure out Godot engine. And I ended up learning a ton about balance in match 3 games, which was more complex than I expected. Cool, I want to hear all about it, right? So I want to see the story of your problem solving as applied to real world problems. And the real world problems can be things that you've made up and decided are problems. That's fine, but make a complete solution. If it could just be one type of small project, that really depends on your craft, right? If you're a programmer, a mechanic that's really good with some good places to play it is great. If you're an economy designer, show me the tool that you use to balance a theoretical economy, right? It's a little hard to answer that part because a 3D artist, the answer is very different to even a 2D artist. And the programmer and audio, it's totally different. But still, yeah, I want to see your ability to identify what the problem is, identify what the possible solutions to it could be, and to select among them, and then to execute and to be able to speak to why did you think that was the problem? Why did you pick that solution? It could be because it was easiest. That's what we do in production. That's oftentimes that does mean it's the correct answer. But did it have trade-offs that made you regret that decision? Above and beyond, I would say with a portfolio is don't bullshit. We've all had an early portfolio where we've wanted to make it seem a little more grandiose and appear a little more infallible than we are.
Right.
No, actually, it's about the learning. So tell me what went wrong. Tell me the missteps and what you tried that didn't work. That's as interesting as the thing. It tells me why I'm looking at the thing that actually is in front of me that you did finish.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a run-on answer. I hope that's helpful. The more you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking about that, how sometimes you need to I think some of us get stumped around the how do I show that I can do this if I don't have the opportunity to show that I can do this kind of thing. And it's you just have to make a mock, you have to make your own thing to show I don't know, or even just I don't know, start making a project for the portfolio. And if there's a bug, don't just fix it, write it down or show us in a document or something oh, I came across this bug and here's my process of how I'm trying to fix it. And then you can even add that, I imagine, to your portfolio and how you came to solve and critically think about a bug.
Yeah, I mean, I'll advise a tiny bit of caution on one part of that, which is if you're making a playable, it's going to have 1,000 bugs. And also being able to be brief and to summarize and pick the most meaningful things is also important. So you don't feel like you need to write, I tried these 100 things. And the one, just at the high level, I tried this kind of thing a bunch of different ways. I tried this kind of thing a bunch of different ways. And it didn't work because I personally didn't like it is also a fine answer. I will ask you, what didn't you like about it? Why did you think that was, it's all useful.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that was a good answer.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting another one. From that, and for context, I am a gameplay engineer and have only worked in Unreal Engine. Would you recommend sticking in just Unreal and focus solely on that, or would you recommend branching out and learning the likes of Unity, Godot, etc.?
Well, okay, gameplay engineer. Person of my own. my own craft. Thank you. So for that, this is advice I give often. It doesn't mean I'm trying to bullshit you and just pull something that I know how to say, but it comes to mind here. So I think an engineer can become very deeply skilled in a particular area, like Unreal. Oh, I know how Unreal works end to end. I know how it renders. I know how it talks to the GPU. I know what it uses for thread. Like I know every part of the Unreal Engine. And at some point, you hit a peak where you can't really know more about a thing without learning about some different things, because they'll work in different ways. They'll create different ideas in your head, because you'll stop thinking, how would I do this in Unreal, and start thinking, oh, actually, there's a way Unity does this that's kind of interesting that I could probably bring into my Unreal project, and it would kind of help in this case, right? I can deviate from the Unreal pattern because I know a different pattern. Or Godot is doing some really interesting pioneering stuff in this field, and I learned some stuff in Godot that's like C# and it's different to how it's done in Unity. At some point you've got to increase your breadth before you can keep increasing your depth. So I'll always say, like, learn different things. You don't have to be an expert at everything, but the more different things you have real experience with, the greater range of solutions you'll be able to think of. Like, all these engines have parts where they've evolved in very similar ways, like convergent evolution. They have things that are done very differently for various reasons, right? With Unreal, some of it's because that's how the video game Unreal (1998) was built. And it just hasn't broken. They haven't needed to completely change that part of the engine ever, and it's worked for every other game. So that's just why it is that way. With Unity, it might be, well, there was never a game called Unity, right? It's more general. You might find, oh, actually, when I go to use this in my real project, it doesn't apply quite as well, and I have to, you think about it, the technology a little bit differently. Those are trade-offs, to be clear. Like, an engine that's been used to build a game and has been extracted from that has its own problems, as well as an engine that's more like built in a clean room and then you use it for games once it's done. Trade-offs. There's benefits and detriments to each. But yeah, sorry for the run-on answer. I could talk about this for weeks.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I could never
Where's
stop.
the video essay?
Pretty much, yeah. Sorry, you didn't ask for a TEDx talk, but I will say, spread out. Learn some different things. You don't have to be experts at them. They will benefit you in the thing that you're trying to be, like, industry leading at too.
Yeah. I didn't even know that Unreal was a video game before it was it was the engine for the video game, and then the history of that.
It is, yeah. It's from 1998, I believe.
Cool.
Fact check me, chat, on that if you would like.
Yeah.
The game called Unreal. That was a banger. It was a great game.
Well, now I have to play it. I just have to know. I like history, so I don't know. It's very interesting to me.
Good ass game. It's a classic. It's a linear shooter, right? But it's just a good execution on that.
Is this level the last level?
Every one of those little tiles is a level.
Okay.
But you have to play this before more open up.
Oh, okay. I just wasn't sure, like, how much of Act 1 is Act 1, I guess.
There are 9 total levels in Act 1. And you don't have to play all of them. Like, we don't have to speed run.
Yeah.
Tell me how you're feeling energy-wise. Would you like to try one more? Do you want to talk a little bit?
No, I feel good. Down? I think the pacing is good. At least for me, it's good. You can tell me as well. But
I'm good. Yeah.
I just don't like to interrupt, like, what you're saying with something else going on, because I want to give everything, like, its moment. You know what I mean?
But you are also the time controller. So rein me in, because I'll just ramble about, like, I love making games. I love being a gameplay programmer, as weird as that is to say. It's like saying, I love balancing accounting books. Some people do. This is a nightmare to me. I like programming video game. I'll talk about it forever. So you have to rein me in and stop me.
I actually just noticed this for just for your knowledge, but after I had moused over the level, it's the controller started working for picking the level,
That's so weird.
but just not
That's so
before.
weird.
So I
That's
think
so weird.
maybe it just gets stuck on the B ring evacuation point for some reason.
I'm not going to say that on stream. I'm going to self-censor that bit that
Yeah.
came into my head. But yeah, weird. Thank you. Appreciate the repro steps.
No worries.
Go get on that. It's mortifying. You know, once the game is out, you're like, oh god, every bug is actually like pain for someone. Like it annoys them when they're just trying to chill and clean some space fungus.
Yeah.
We're gonna patch. We're gonna
Yeah.
address things ongoing.
Things only get
Already
better.
working on a quality of life patch
Yeah.
for Act 1. So yeah,
Welcome in, Sydney writes. Hello, hello.
hello and welcome.
I think of it kind of the same way with like makeup, for example. Like the only way for me to get better at makeup is like fixing one thing at a time. I can't fix all of it at the same time. And you know, for a while I'm gonna look like a busted brick, and that's just the way it is.
I've been admiring the inner eye blend
Oh,
the
thank
entire
you.
time.
Thank
The
you.
precision work is crazy. Also, I feel one trans feminine person to another, I can say, as a kid, I don't think I ever realized how much painting my little warhammers would benefit me in later life.
Oh yeah.
had to figure
The
that shit out.
precision.
Yeah.
Of course, Warhammer. Hi, Kate Zilla. Thank you so much. Sydney says it's interesting to hear about game development as someone who writes for games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love hearing about it because I play games. So you tell me to rein you in, and I'm like, no, I want to hear more. But I'll say what this level's about, and then we'll continue.
Yeah, sounds good.
Decontaminate harvesting facility for seeds, the Dr. Galbraith's spore harvesting facility. I've identified potentially viable seeds for study. You'll have to decontaminate the facility to find them, though. I know it's strange, but the scarabs think these seeds might help with food production in other deep space colonies.
So we wanted to start with kind of broadly three mission types.
Okay.
So you had the grab the thing and then bug the fuck out
Yeah,
mission.
right.
We had the put loved one or stranger to rest for the Ambrosia project, what we call a death ritual or death rite level. And then this is a sort of treasure hunt style.
Okay. This is a weird one. The scarabs want you to find any viable seeds that may be left behind. Since the cluster is such an important food hub for humanity, they want to try and salvage any seeds to rebuild its agriculture. I assume you'll know what these good seeds look like. Will they even look like seeds, D, or are they going to be like a Leviathan eyeball or something? You never know with your cluster folk. It's what I like about you. You're all weird.
So the scarabs want viable seeds. It's smart. Just
I kind of love
not
the
our
word clusterfolk
We
because it's
pursue
really
more
close to the word
talent,
clusterfuck.
not
Yeah,
agriculture.
I like that too. So you may notice this level is in 0G.
Oops.
Something deliberate with this. So you just absorb that.
A mycologist, exobiologist. I feel like I've heard of exobiologists before, but like for horror games, which is kind of funny.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't remember where from, but
Be any study of alien
Matt
life.
Galbraith.
oh, I guess so.
Head of botany.
There's something I noticed the level designers did in this entryway that really kills me, because you may not know that the level is 0G when you start, and so
Yes.
I would barrel uncontrolled out of the airlock, and they put just a couple of physics props directly in front of the airlock for you to like barge into, so they they clatter around in the space. It's a little touch that I really admired
Yeah.
from the LDs. Yeah, you've got your little HUD element that tells you how far you are from the nearest item,
Wait, where?
and the current one is
Oh, at
one's
the
kind
top.
of a freebie.
Oh. I was just admiring like the backdrops. Or I
Your
guess they
Saturn,
is it called a
yeah,
skybox? Is that what they're called?
that's exactly right. Yeah,
Um
that's it, which is an anachronistic term because they're very seldom. A skybox was like it's a cube with a texture on it that's rendered like a gigantic sprite,
yeah.
and
I
now they
just
tend to be like a giant model that's very far away. But yes, skybox.
yeah. I just love that they are the same, like it's not the same, but they're just different perspectives of Saturn. It's just very like
Yes, yeah,
smart that it's not just like a similar picture every time.
yeah. Good call out. Create a sense of place. Like, okay, I haven't moved away from Saturn, but I'm somewhere else around Saturn.
Yeah. Also, thank you for the follows from
Oh.
Sydney and Kate.
Oh my god. You can
And
have one from me
Jules.
as well. on this Twitch account.
I
You'll
appreciate
see it
you
up in the
taking
corner of the room.
a risk on me, probably not knowing me at all. It'd be like, I guess I'll be on this stranger's stream.
No, I'm diligent enough to say I'm gonna go and check out like a couple streams from this person, and just check that like I can probably vibe and be useful to them in some way.
Yeah.
And this was an easy yes. It's like, no, I'm pretty gay. Like, this is fine.
Yeah. I love this kind of like yucky seed pod looking thing.
Isn't it gross?
Yeah, I love it.
Uh,
It's like
that-
mucusy.
Thank you for reminding me. That has been a creative pillar of the game since day one.
It's being
If
yucky.
something is good, it's gross parentheses complimentary.
Mm.
There's been like if you get that response in the Slack, then you know that you've got something that is Ambrosia Sky.
Yeah, but not like I really don't like I think I have trypophobia around like holes and stuff like that. Hopefully none of them
Okay,
look
yeah.
too holy or like that.
I think we've got something like I like at one point, but so as in eyeball.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
hyphen like, not something that I appreciate, although I
Yeah.
do like it. But I don't think we have giant
Holes.
hole. Yeah, a thing that is bristling with holes.
Yeah.
If you've been okay with how things look so far, you should be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Nat Galbraith says, seriously, no visitors in the lab. You're scared, I get it. But coming here and asking us if we have the answer to the cause of the growth yet is only distracting us. Let us work. So real, to be honest. But everyone would panic and be like, tell me what's going on.
Hey, just following up. Do you have any updates for me?
Yeah.
No, I know you're all working hard. Totally. But do you have any updates?
I know I'm distracting you from doing your job, but did you do your job?
Per my last.
I hate the permalast.
Yeah, it's email kung fu at that point.
Yeah.
You just throw in haymakers, which like I'm English, we're all about passive aggressive fighting and never actually fighting.
That's what I've heard.
Explains a lot about the way our society is.
This looks like little like
Oh.
hovels that they're kind of like displaying the fungus in.
Yeah, so these are a little bit of world building from very early on. The idea that the fungus wouldn't only have sort of culinary applications. The electric fungus can be used as like a light source. It can it can be used for electrical purposes. It can be used as a component in things. You might have noticed also like interesting. I wonder if any of the sprays you currently have can deal with that, and if you need a particular one to traverse it.
Oh, definitely not. I'll just
Drum
close that.
wall.
I
What
guess
we
we can
call
come
it.
back though, right?
You can come back.
The botanists couldn't even control the growth
Like
here.
something.
their
What's that
own
genre that's like Metroid and like Castlevania? No one knows.
No, I'm not sure, to be honest.
I don't think it exists.
Could the chat maybe know with this spinning glass piece?
Yeah, that's a neat little physics fluke.
I love shit like this, to be honest. So
That's great.
it's not a bug,
Yeah.
it's a feature.
It completely is, yeah. The fact that it's spinning on its axis is really cool.
I mean, this one too. And it's flying around.
Seems like pretty dangerous
A little bit.
in space.
I've got my helmet, I'll be
Um,
okay.
We all love the sausage pillow. None of us has the heart to change the sausage pillow.
Is that this?
Yeah.
It's looking a little moldy, but
The ancestral chorizo.
we'll bring her with us. Um, research log number 35. We can't keep the fungal growth in check. It's growing too fast, too erratic. I got trapped in downstairs maintenance the other day because the fungus got cozy with the locking mechanism. Gonna be a botanist who gets killed by her own plants. Unbelievable. How often does that happen? When I got locked in maintenance last week, it gave me an idea. If electric fungus can turn off all the systems, then maybe I can extract those qualities from it, find a way to make our systems more resilient, more efficient at least. It's a scientist way of looking at it. And then we're meeting Cluster Phoenix for the first time. Thank you to Isla Bot for digging into some of the older Cluster Archives materials. She's found Dr. Volkov's personal logs from the early days of the settlement. So far, nothing in there we haven't all heard of every day of our lives, but it's a good place to start. We don't know how deep the secrets here go and what Hale simply learned from her father. Interesting.
Yeah, so the exploiting the electrical fungus. There's a number of gadgets and gizmos that have more of a weird biological appearance. I mean, when you see a gravity generator, you might also think that's like kind of biological looking. So like, we want it to look like the people of the cluster are exploiting these, just as you would moving into any biome, right? You make use of the materials around you
What am I
for
holding?
everything they can do for you. I don't know what you're holding. That's fascinating.
It's in my way, but I don't know what it is.
You press Q or like drop.
Oh. Oh,
Fascinating. I think you might be inside a collision volume that's misplaced.
oh
But
maybe.
that's the tether. Yeah,
Good to know.
yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, just noting that down.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know those were like little bombs. that you can, like, throw.
Yes. Yeah, you can use the fruit in its raw form. The electric fruit also has a use. Yeah, the world building of the cluster. I hope at some point I can show off the exact document I'm thinking about that the audio director on the game, Michelle, put together a sort of timeline of even the instrumentation that people would have used, like the first generation
Right.
would have used very small instruments like mouth harps, and then probably things to bang on like drums from spare sheeting, and sort of just how the music of the colony would have evolved. And a lot of that is in the score and informs the arrangement for it.
I love
think
that.
it's so cool. It's one of those things that's like so far out of my realm of expertise that
Yeah.
I, even as a developer on this game, I get to enjoy it like a player, or like I'm watching the DVD extras for a movie I really like, you know?
I just love when like artists are artists. Makes sense. Like they just
Yes.
take complete creative freedom in how they like, or not
Yeah.
maybe not freedom, but like liberty, I guess. And like kind of like I don't know if you've played Chicory.
Not yet. No.
But Lena Rain makes the music for that, and she just sort of goes really. She does too much in the sense that, like,
It just goes hard.
yeah, like all the music sort of corresponds with what's going on and like how you navigate through the different maps.
That makes me more excited.
Yeah. Chicory is very
It's-
good. It's not like this at all, but you know, maybe in some sense it is. Because I don't know if you know what the game is at all, but you're kind of like this little dog, and or I think it's a dog, and you like take up this like mystical paintbrush, and the entire world has lost all of its color. And
Yes.
everywhere you go, you kind of like leave like a little paint trail, and you can use your mouse to like paint however you like, and use like different colors, and they have different palettes depending on where you are in the world. And you can actually paint the entire map like screen by screen. And when you're done the game, they
Yeah.
show you the entire map as one big picture, and they show you paint like kind of like speed painting the whole thing, and you could make like your
Cool.
own huge picture. It's really cool.
That's beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super awesome.
Oh, computers are for
The-
assigned staff only, of course. Of course. No Minecraft for me.
Not even solitaire.
Not even solitaire. I love solitaire. I was
Yeah.
not allowed to use the internet as a kid, so solitaire was where it was at.
I also got really good at solitaire and the first level of Descent because I had a demo on floppy disk from PC Gamer.
I love that.
I know I'm dating myself with the floppy disk reference. That's fine.
Yeah. I wonder how many people even know what a floppy disk is. Honest. I know what a floppy disk is. I use floppy disks, but I had someone, I think, who was 23 over the other day, a friend of mine, and her fiance is a game dev as well.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, I think, Final Fantasy, and she was like,
Mhm.
what even is it? And like, why does it look like that? Like some of the older ones. And we were like, I had been trying to organize some things in my house, and so I had all these strategy guides on my table. And she
Uh-huh.
was like, what are these for? And I was like, well, some people didn't have like the internet, or people wouldn't even write,
That's right. Yeah.
they wouldn't even write the strategy on the internet, so you would buy this book. And she was like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
You had to buy maps.
Yeah.
To drive places.
yeah, we needed those strategy guides to get through.
I kind of enjoy those moments where I feel like I'm going to crumble to dust like I drank from the wrong grail.
Mhm.
Like,
Telling her that the game was on 4 different discs.
that's right. Each with 1.44 megabytes.
Yeah, wild.
What
Protective
a time to be
gear
alive.
required past this point, and no, I'm not kidding. Do you want to eat fungus with my DNA in it? No, so wear the gear. Oh, gross.
Classic Nat.
But also kind of interesting.
Yeah. Ah, here's a door that
Oh, it has that
Seems-
stuff behind it.
can't be opened by normal means. Again, like, there's probably some kind of genre that's like similar to Castlevania and Metroid. Someone will come up with a name for it.
One day.
Science hasn't reached that point yet.
We're just not smart enough.
But yeah, you can come back and explore those places with the craftables. Or there's other solutions you can potentially figure out by combining the game's elements. Got a couple of phantom bits there.
Yeah, I was like,
That can happen.
why won't these go away? I can't clean them.
That can happen very rarely.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's no biggie.
they should clean themselves up. This is like the perennial problem of a terrain system. Which is, the fungus is, at least that the exploder fungus is kind of a terrain system.
Right.
It's like, can you make it so there's no visual artifacts that stay behind, like, ever? And the answer is most of the time. enough. I would say enough of the time. But you may have played, like, I'm a fiend for No Man's Sky. I really
Yes.
enjoy playing that game. I'm like, yeah, no, you'll get left with like a bit of terrain. It's just to not have that it'll run too slow. It still bums me out. That was a particularly like bad presentation of it that you saw. So I'm a little like, oh, maybe I can tweak the artwork or something to be less prone to that.
Or maybe like, I don't know, if it reaches like it's not attached to anything after it's whatever, maybe it just dissolves on its own at some point, like with a timer, or I don't know.
So we actually do that. You might have noticed that the electrical fungus will like collapse if you clean away the bits that are attached to a wall.
Yeah.
The bit in the middle will fall. There is a structural simulation that no, don't use. I would never use chat. Sorry, Siri not only kicked in uninvited, but offered to use ChatGPT for something.
No!
It's not.
Not for me.
We are an AI last game studio.
I appreciate that.
The entire
sick of it.
it's not for me. The entire game, including its flaws and its bugs, are the result of creative choices of people, and the creator's hand is present throughout.
As it should be.
Yeah, no, I don't want the fun part of my job to be automated. I want to do the fun part.
Yeah. Be challenged and do the thing.
Yeah. I kind of don't even want the doing a spreadsheet part to be automated, because if that's wrong, it's going to completely fuck me a month later. So like,
sometimes making a spreadsheet can be fun. You've had like a nice cup of coffee and it's like you're just ready to go.
You know when the spirit is moving within you when it's spreadsheeting time.
Yeah. You get to get the color coordination going. Everything's color coded. It's good.
Oh yeah, you get the formatting just right. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm feeling a rush just thinking about it.
We're that old.
And I have a crazy Airtable for my tabletop campaign, and I took delight in making it. That's excelling, right?
I would say so.
So it's interesting how the being in zero G makes cleaning the exploders so different, because you have such a freer choice of angle to get the fruit and detach it.
You get it like perfect.
You can get it exactly right, yeah. Whereas all the with gravity places, you have to worry about if the fruit's going to fall too far, even, because that can set it off. It's kind of a cool byproduct of a few of the systems working with each other. So I'm going to let you know, I have to drop pretty hard at 7. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Oh, sorry, 7 Eastern.
Which is in 20 minutes.
In 20 minutes, yeah. That's okay.
That's okay. Maybe in like 10 minutes we'll definitely wrap up then.
Oh, good. I should have let you know that earlier.
That's okay.
I'm sorry about that.
That's totally okay.
Having a lovely time hanging out though.
Good.
Thank you for making it such a welcoming,
of course.
easygoing space.
I also play D&D, but I wish it was more tabletop oriented than digital.
Yeah, it can be hard to do that. My group is like spread across coasts. Although we're doing Monster of the Week right now instead of D&D, and it's a nice change of pace.
Oh, nice. I'm
Very
trying to get
forgiving
into
game
different
system.
modules. Oops.
Oh yeah, you're in range of something that's zapping you. I think it's the fruit,
yeah.
on that part. Yeah, the fruit's kind of always dangerous until you detach it. We have this concept for a fungus species that Joel coined. We say we have a species that's made farm to table because it's got sort of its silhouette and the way you clean it and the way it looks when you clean it and its simulation behavior, like how it interacts with power and fire and gravity, and other sim things that we won't talk about just yet. But also, like, what does its fruit do, and what is
Right.
the sort of mini gameplay of getting the fruit off it? So when we think about a species of fungus, because it's an obvious thing to think about of like, if you want to add to the game, like, okay, like what does a new species do for a space? We got to think about all of those things through, and like, how does it interact with the other things? What does it do if it's being zapped by an electro? What does it do if it's crushed by exploder? And
Right. Just like the videos with the, like, what's it called? The little press, hydraulic
the
press.
hydraulic press.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, just a infinite source of dopamine.
Ben says, "Buy me a drink first," in response to eating DNA with
I just
fungus
saw
with
that,
someone's
yeah.
DNA. Oh, we got another message from the one who sees, who knows. It makes me feel like it's the fungus, but maybe it's something else. I don't know. It is
Interesting
liquefying
read.
everything it wants to eat, but its teeth are made of silt. Oh, well. What were you saying? Sorry.
No, please continue.
Yeah. We collect the spores, we cross-pollinate the spores so the farmers can grow the fungus. We eat the fungus grows, and the fungus sees us eating it, and the soil that is meat rots under our feet, but we do not know what carrion feeder awaits us all.
Oh no, Harmony. I'm sorry.
People
you
been
feel
getting pretty
responsible for
existential
saving
in this
Oh,
space.
completely.
There's those spores that'll hurt you.
Muzz, I found
It's another fun room to optimize around.
This place became a tomb.
The soil is the meat of a leviathan, and it is rotting away beneath our feet, but we pick its fruit and gorge ourselves and die from inhaling the spores. And yet we fix the fan, we restore the electricity as if it matters. As if it matters as if it matters as if it matters as if it normalcy will save us all.
I think
Oh.
this is what prompted someone to ask Kate, does this have anything to do with the pandemic? And for Kate to say, oh God, I think it might. And I hadn't thought about the fact that it
I
might.
haven't even thought about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you think our creative urges are informed by our traumas?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's definitely a correlation.
Very much so.
What the hell was that?
So
I thought I heard something.
probably.
Oh, it's the little spitter guy.
We'll get you. Is that tunnel on the roof is a very early design element as well as
Oh, this. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
cool looking.
having this sort of cylinder full of fungus actively simulating came from a very early prototype that we even like sort of first demoed thing that was shown outside the studio had this kind of shape in it. The idea that you could like go up it and turn something on, but it would be kind of a cool visual to enter and exit the thing.
Yeah.
I like the depth of this map as well. I like really coming down deep into the asteroid. Gives the space this sort of very industrial feel, you know?
Oh.
Oh, it's scrambled. So something on the circuit is touching
Yeah.
electrical fungus, which destroys the entire circuit. Well, it doesn't destroy it permanently.
This person looks like they're just making love to it, but just a little.
I'm going to say it's open to interpretation.
Some people just love technology that much.
This is a world that lacks the AI waifu technology, so
Oh.
I guess people are finding alternatives.
Oh, wait.
one of the lesser used props in the game is that bulkhead. I'd like to see it used more. It's cool.
This like big door, eh?
Yeah, the big kind of like double wide industrial hatch. I think it's especially for this like space that's right down in the middle of this particular asteroid. Is going to be very sort of sealed off and heavy duty. I think that's a cool thing to use at the level boundary. But yeah, there's spores creating exclusion zones. Interesting because you can drift in such a chill way in the 0G.
Yeah, and then you're just in it.
And then you kind of just skate into a hazard. It can be very easy to wreck yourself.
I should probably go because I did collecting.
It's a good call. Yeah. Save. That's a very like old school. The baby.
She's
May I
very
be
much a
introduced to
baby.
The baby.
This is Lola.
Oh, super.
She is definitely a baby, but she is 12 and a half.
I know this age. Oh, she loves you very much.
Yeah. She's a big sucky baby. When we travel, we can't leave her alone. Like most cats, you leave them and they'll just like do whatever and not care. But for her, she gets very
Need
upset.
company. It's kind of nice though, because that means they all have their own distinct personality and needs, and there's something nice about that. These rotating things, I thought it was cool. We made this simulation technology for this game, right? Which is, it's got kind of rules for how resources, we call them resources, even like structural stability is a resource technically that propagates for doing the collapsing stuff. And it's all just based on like things overlapping with each other. So I got really surprised when level designers like, I made these puzzle elements in the simulation and there's nothing special about them. They're just 3 pieces of electrical wire that rotate, and it just works because the wires connect when it rotates. Super cool. The thing about gameplay engineering is you like make a system, and then at some point, when you least expect it, you'll get a DM on what application you use. It's like, hey, theoretically, could I use this thing you made for this other purpose? And you say, I don't know if it would work. And they go, oh, well, I did it. I'm kind of just asking if I can keep it.
Yeah.
Like if a level designer wants to make something, they will hit bash, they will use anything available to make that experience. And it's kind of awesome. There's several elements in the game that are like the result of totally hypothetical uses of a system that a level designer came up with. I think it's awesome. You're just improvising together, right? It's just they're going off and doing a cool solo with the stuff that you already made.
Yeah. I mean, it is just all improv until it's not.
And until you need to finish the thing, and then it's a list of 300 or 400 bugs, and you've got to figure out which 200 you're going to fix.
Yeah. You've had your fun.
Most
Now you have to hate it.
It's not my original insight, and I can't claim credit for it, but I say it often. We do not start making a video game because it is hard. We start making a video game because we thought it would be easy. Finishing the video game is always hard.
Yeah.
It's got so many trade-offs. Oh man. The big fan element that's something that I remember the level designers wanted for a really long time as well. So I think you clean it off and then it'll flush out the toxic spores from the space and make it a little easier. Like that's the reason they're there.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that.
Little... Nice. I respect that.
I mean, it's nice that like there's actually like a good reason to clean those areas, and you might not even see it at the beginning.
Yeah, it's a little bit of reward for for cleaning an area, and it's a bit also of a reward that makes the cleaning mechanic make sense within the space and kind of makes it reaffirms Dahlia's like role here and the results, like what she is actually doing here and what her job is, right? Like, oh, you're repairing the fan so the space is habitable. You are a deep space disaster cleanup specialist. That is the kind of thing someone in that line of work would do. But it just emerges out of you as a player doing cleaning work. Oh, I've actually done disaster cleanup here, and I fixed a thing. The electric fungus really shows off that algorithm you mentioned. Yeah. Fun jump scare.
Yeah.
So you clean the electrical fungus off the gravity generator,
But now
thus
there's
turning
no...
the gravity back on
Yeah.
and putting you in this. So that's always been, seeing how different players respond to that moment has been really cool. I always panicked by looking up and like tethering and just kind of dangling on the tether while I figured out my next steps. Some people just take the hit and fall. But it's nice to, in a game with very chill kind of take your time and clean mechanic, to introduce those kind of snap moments that aren't like terrifying. It's not like you're being chased by the nemesis in Resident Evil 3 or whatever, but they're just a little shot of momentum in contrast with the chill cleaning can make all the difference. I think it's kind of what is different about the cleaning mechanic in this game. The way the world reacts to it.
I actually don't know where I'm going next, but...
So you've got one seed left, and I can tell you it's far.
Oh, shoot.
And I think it's back the way you came.
Oh, I must have just, like, missed it.
I think it might be actually next to the airlock. Like in the very first room. This can be fun to get out of if gravity is on. It's sort of a skill challenge with the tether.
Oh, that's true.
Really, really get your way up there, and it feels kind of awesome to solve. Yes. I think of this bit of the level as the fizzy lifting drink area. Like the top of that shaft in the Willy Wonka movies.
In here somewhere, I think.
Oh no, I think it's even further back. I think it's like by the exit.
I guess it is.
Yeah. You got it.
Oh.
There it is.
How did we even miss that? Perfect timing, to be honest.
You were enjoying the skybox, and I didn't want to go like, hey, you got to grab that thing, because then this. I'm not an interventionist DM. I like players to get into scrapes, and then we can figure out how to get them out of it together.
Yeah. I appreciate that. So learn by doing.
Always. Yeah. No, if you were gonna have to like double back a really long way, I might have said something, but you literally have to come back that way. It's fine.
It honestly makes sense and it works. I know we only have 5 more minutes. Is there anything that you'd like to leave with everyone, whether it's about the game or about yourself or whatever you want to leave?
Oh my goodness.
Plug?
What an open prompt. Okay, so you've been amazing. Thank you. Super thoughtful, incisive questions. Like, thank you for bringing everything you had to the conversation. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you.
Chat was super cool. Thank you so much for asking questions. I really appreciate giving me the opportunity to answer them. Please check out Ambrosia Sky. If you like weird art made by small teams, this is a great opportunity. Ambrosia Sky Act 1 is on Steam in the Epic Games Store for the bargain price of $15 American, and with a launch discount of 15% right now, I believe.
Yeah.
The store will be authoritative on that.
Yeah.
TransGameDev on transgamedev.bsky.social, the community where you can connect with other trans game devs and gender diverse game devs. And finally, if you have art in your heart, make it. You are the only person that can make that art real. You got to make it.
It's true.
Doesn't matter if you think it's good or bad. It just matters that you make it real. It will not exist any other way.
That art is important, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to make bad art before you make good art. And even if you've made a ton of good art, you're going to make some bad art. So just make art.
I agree. Well, you've been an amazing guest. I honestly,
Thank you. You've been an
just
amazing host.
really glad to have had you, and hopefully I'm not holding you up. But
Not at all. It's all good.
we'll play more Ambrosia Sky soon, and find
Please
out more
do.
of the story. And I'll be sure to post this on YouTube as well for posterity.
Oh, there'll be a VOD. That's
Yeah.
super cool. Thank you. I wasn't sure. Maybe this is just lost in the wind and it's one of those beautiful moments that just, that's fine too.
Yeah,
It's cool.
You
But-
had to be there.
Yeah. Oh. You weren't there? Man. Okay.
Too
Thank you
bad.
again so much. I had a really great time and appreciate you. Thank you for playing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for making this and for being here. And if you need anything, let me know.
I will. Thank you. And
Yeah.
a final compliment is just the auxiliary collar epaulets have been driving me insane with how good they
They're
are.
jackets.
It's so
They're
good.
other,
Yeah.
It's just more jackets.
It's go fast. It's go fast extra jacket. You look so the jacket looks like it has stats. And it's so cool. I really love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'll sign off and just thank you once again. This was lovely.
Yeah. Thank you. It's been such a pleasure.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Oh, and now it's just me. Let me. This. And we'll put this back to how I normally look. But thank you so much to Jules for coming in on the stream and answering everybody's questions. And I hope y'all learned something or found something interesting about the industry, about trans people, about diversity, about voice acting, about, you know, whatever it is that you found interesting. I hope you found something interesting. I thought it was really nice. I thought it was neat. But I'm gonna fix my camera real quick. And we're gonna get on watching the Girly Pop Games, the debut video that I also helped work on. We'll get started on that soon. It was a perfect timing because I just finished that level and I would love to play some more of this game. Yeah, please follow Jules on all socials. Check out the Trans Game Dev Collective or join it if you are so inclined, or if you maybe you want to become a dev or whatever it is that interests you. And thank you again to Soft Rains as well as Elise for setting up the meeting. I loved this. This was great. I had never done it before where I like interview a dev on stream, and I'd always wanted to do it because it's like you're playing the game they've made while talking to them, while talking to your chat who can ask questions at the same time. And I think there's something very special about that interaction because like the amount of times that I have asked like what is the significance of this? What's the significance of that? Does this mean anything? What does that do? You know what I mean? And you get to just ask them live. You get to get it right from the horse's mouth, you know? And that's a very unique and cool experience. And I definitely don't take it for granted. So I hope that y'all enjoyed it. And if you knew someone or you know someone who would enjoy that conversation, um, or even this game, I will have this video on YouTube soon after today. So I'm just gonna wrap up this game and then we'll get back to checking out that other video before I wrap up. But now I now have more missions. Oh, my cursor now works. That's nice. So now we get a whole bunch of more options here, and they each seem to have a picture that symbolizes what we're doing. So like the little flower sort of icon is, I'm assuming, the last rites. I'm not sure what these little explosion ones are, but then there's like a planet one. Really cool. I think it's a really cool game, and I would love to really immerse myself. It's harder to immerse yourself when you're like trying to have a conversation and stream at the same time, but I will definitely come back to everything and immerse myself a little more. And the nice thing about that too is that I imagine all the data logs and everything are still there. Like you're not going to miss anything. Like if you want to go back and re-look at something, you can. And that, I think that's what's so great about the format, is like if you forgot some of the plot, you can go back and read that data log again. Or whatever it is you got to do. Let me quickly grab what we're going to be watching here. And then we'll get. Did y'all have a good time? I hope y'all had a good time. So much. Oh, good. I thought it was great.